Fucking man to understand the power that the time. Fucking man, to me. I know it's my destiny. Oh, you're my best friend. In the world we must be friends. Fucking man, I'm so true. I'm very from through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Fucking man.
Cool like you, wobbling around in your high heel shoes. I'm clumsy, made friends with the floor. 2 for 1, you know I bitch by 4. And 2 left feet, you know I always drop. First thing a girl did was a bop on the whole damn cake and the cherry on top. Shook up the bottom, made a good girl pop. You ain't even here to party. Ken in the club tryna pipe a Barbie. I don't wanna go with the flow back then till I touch my toes. I don't wanna roll the boat. Wrist full of rocks and I hope I flow. Big up yourself cause you know they don't. I chew cause they hope I show. I'm a bitch.
Walk through fire for you. Just let me adore you. I don't wanna die young. Walk through fire for you. Just let me adore you. Like it's the only thing I'll ever do. Like it's the only thing I'll ever do. Oh, honey. Walk through fire for you. Just let me adore you.
Will it reverse, Terry?
What's poppin'? Brand new whip, just hopped in. I got options. I can pass that bitch like Stockton. Just joshin'. We spend this holiday locked in. My body got rid of them toxins. Sports in the top 10. I can put the ball in the end zone, put a bad bitch in the friend zone. This shit sound like an intro jet song, give me that tempo. So cool, he a fool with the shit. Told her don't let her friends know. In the building, I move like a dime. Eating fettuccine at Vincenzo.
You are unforgettable. I need to get you alone. Why not? A fucking good time, never hurt nobody. I got a little drink, but it's not Bacardi. If you love me, girl, then I'm so sorry. I gotta give you cool, let me in on it.
A list of mania, the glass material glow. Like a ride, oh. Not easily offended, not let it go. From a mess to the masses, a list of mania, the glass material grow. Like a ride, oh. Not easily offended, not let it go. From a mess to the masses.
I am very, very sneaky. So.
Okay, I'm bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Bored in the motherfucker in the house bored. And I'm bored in the motherfucker in the house bored. Bored in the house, bored in the house bored. Bored in the house, bored in the house bored. I'm bored in the motherfucker in the house bored. And I'm bored in the motherfucker in the house bored. Bored in the motherfucker in the house bored. And I'm bored in the motherfucker in the house bored.
All the things that I used to say, all the words that got in the way, all the things that I used to know have gone out the window. All the things that she used to bring, all the songs that she used to sing, all the favorite TV shows have gone out the window.
You become much higher. You become much higher.
used to say. All the words that got in the way. All the things that I used to know have gone out the window.
When you call my name, it's like a little prayer. I'm down on my knees. I wanna take you there in the midnight hour. I can feel your power, just like a prayer. You know I'll take you there. Glamorous, yeah. Glamorous, yeah.
Hey, we got a good thing. Don't know if I'ma see you again. But we got a good thing. Cause girl, I can't be your man. No, man, I know what's on your brain. You probably hope it never win. Like, is it the real thing? Or is it just a one night stand? Well then,
Glamorous, 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 glamorous. Flousy, flousy.
Said Coke 45 and 2 zigzags. Baby, that's all we need. We can go to the park after dark, smoke that tumbleweed. As the marijuana burn, we can take our turn singing them dirty rap songs. Stop and hit the ball like Cheech and Chong and sell tapes from here to Hong Kong.
I don't want a Valentine, I just want Valentino. I just want that nigga poker face like a casino. Dito, no, I get it in like a free throw. Shorty wants some more, she just can't seem to keep the leak. I don't want a Valentine, I just want Valentino. I just want that nigga poker face like a casino. Dito, no, I get it in like a free throw.
I know someday it'll all turn around because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day.
I'm out and all the time. I'm out and all the time.
I ain't been getting high, but maybe a little, baby, I don't wanna lie. I know when you text me, girl, I don't always reply. Well, you're not an angel either, you can't even fly. I know this, you think that you know shit. All this shade is coming at me, I'm a double dose it. They can't see the vision, boy, they must be out of focus. That's a real hot album, homie, I wonder who wrote it. Oh, shit.
It's like I waited my whole life for this one night. It's gonna be me, you, and the dance floor. 'Cause we only got one night. Double your pleasure, double your fun, and dance forever, 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 forever,
you say yes, I say no. You say stop, but I say go, go, go. Oh no. You say goodbye, I say hello.
I like the view.
You're my best view.
Now I'm shaking, drinking all this coffee. These last few weeks have been exhausting. I'm lost in my imagination. And there's one thing that I need from you. Can you come through? And there's one thing that I need from you. Can you come through? All myself, we don't need anyone else. Let our bodies do the talking, let our shadows paint the wall. I want you here in my arms, we'll hide away in the dark. Stick your hand in my back pocket, oh, and let your long hair fall. I want you, to myself. Can you come through? And there's one thing I need from you. Can you come? I fell in love, same time that you're falling apart. I should've known, thought I saw a sign in the stars, but I was wrong. Fucking with you ain't last that long. Now you gone, now you gone, now you gone, girl.
I chime in with a haven't you people ever heard of closing a goddamn door? No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of poison rationality. I chime in, haven't you people ever heard of closing a goddamn door? No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of poison rationality.
I need your love, I need your touch, I need you right now, I need you right now.
Brand new Lamborghini, fuck a cop car. Pistol on my hip like I'm a cop. You ever met a real nigga rock star? This ain't no guitar, bitch, this a clock. My Glock told me to promise you gon' squeeze me. Better let me go the day you need me. Put me on that nigga, get the bus. And if I ain't enough, go get the chop.
I've been fucking hoes and popping pillies, man, I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star. Fucking with me, call up on no Uzi and show up in them the shot toss. When my homies pull up on your blood, they make that thing go grata-ta-ta. They say, I just wanna be big rock stars and living hilltop bosses, dropping 50 cars. The girls come easy and the drugs come cheap. Hey, hey, I wanna be a rock star.
The city's gonna break my heart. The city's gonna love me and leave me alone. The city's got me chasing stars. It's been a couple months since I felt like I'm home. Am I getting closer to knowing where I belong? The city's gonna break my heart. She's always gonna break her heart. Oh.
So, before you go.
Sure is honestly the best.
I love Tradecaster.
Happy Saturday, everybody. Just a friendly reminder. Over the past 12 months, how much money did you make day trading using your strategy? 551,000.
That kind of money, it's like you know what you're doing. Sean knows his stuff.
So this is exactly how I did it.
Perfect.
I want everyone to go trade. Go! Let's go! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Anything else?
It wasn't pleasant. That was during lunch hours.
Take some pictures.
Now we're up $1,200! We got some action right here. $2,000, $760. If I tell you how I was able to do this, go out and make that money, make a killing. Can we start getting ourselves in the green somehow? get it, people! A bot sell man making HUDI $1,000. Ollie with a $327 trade. Boom, guys. $989 profit. 2,600. Oh, baby! Oh, baby! Oh, baby! You guys want to see something good today? We're bringing something good to the house.
For all the things my eyes have seen, the best by far is you. If I could fly, then I would know what life looks like from up above and down below. I'll keep you safe, I'll keep you dry. Don't be afraid, Cecilia, I'm the satellite, and you're the sky.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, we are live, woo! And I'm ready to see what this day brings us. Currently 9:09 a.m., getting ourselves prepared, getting ourselves ready, getting ourselves all dialed in here for a huge day ahead. Thank you for everyone who's joining us on this morning. Feeling great, feeling awesome at this time, because we're about to take on the market. We have finished off January. January crushing it. Over $15,000 in trading profits. Yes, team, you've heard that correctly. We are on fire. 92% win rate in January. Only 2 red days in the entire year so far. Every trade live. Every trade with my P&L shown. We are going to be posting all of ours over on YouTube. I was in Utah last week, so I couldn't post everything. So I'm going to be posting everything this week. And we're going to just keep this thing going here, traders. Man, oh man, oh man. Welcome to everyone joining us over on Tradecaster, joining us over on YouTube today. And we're going to have an absolutely huge day ahead. So, traders, let's dive right in on this. Let's talk about what we have at this moment and make sure every single person's alert. Well, right now I am keeping my eyes peeled over on MINM. I am seeing this one get a little bit of action. I am seeing MINM get a little bit of hype here. So I do want to keep my eyes peeled on this just to see if this one is going to be able to keep on moving. But other than that, let's dive into our morning newsletter and make sure everyone has that game plan, has preparation, has success ready to go on this day. So let's talk about it all right now, team. Bringing this on over. Man, it's the first day of February. Things are going to be exciting. So what we have right here, kicking things on off. Today is a big day. Okay, it really is. We just had Jerome Powell speak about rate cuts. Unfortunately, we're not getting any rate cuts. None whatsoever. We will not be doing rate cuts until the market starts fading and falling. Remember, rate cuts are going to be there to help bring the market not fall into a recession. But as long as we're near record highs, no rate cuts are going to be coming anytime soon. So let's dive into this. It says bounce back. Stocks are looking to bounce back from a rough session on Wednesday. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 0.8% for its worst day since December. The S&P 500 slid 1.6% for its worst day since September, and the Nasdaq had its worst day since October. Since all 3 major averages finished January in the green, with the Dow up 1.2%, S&P 500 up 1.6%, and Nasdaq up 1%. We are having a gap up this morning in pre-market. Marching on. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell said on Wednesday that the Federal Reserve will likely not institute a March rate cut, disappointing traders who wanted the central bank to start dropping rates to stave off potential recession. I would tell you that I don't think it's likely that the committee will reach a level of confidence by the time of the March meeting, said Jerome Powell. The Fed chief and the central bank wasn't taking further rate hikes off the table, but noted the economic growth has been solid as the central bank sees declaring inflation. Or decelerating inflation. Excuse me about that. And then last but not least, we do have tech on deck. It's a big day for tech earnings. Apple, Amazon, and Meta all report after the market today, which is going to be huge on their earnings season. So, team, we got a lot to break down. We have a lot to go over. We got to make sure every single trader is all set, ready to rock and roll. Let me just make sure everything's all good here. Awesome. All set. And let's see what we have on this day. So, number one thing I want everyone to focus on. Okay, let's go over to the S&P 500 right now. Number one thing, we have not cut rates whatsoever. If you guys were here yesterday, we did get this awesome drop in the stock market. Now, why did we get this drop in the market? Simply enough because Jerome Powell stated it's just not the right time to start cutting rates. People want to cut rates. Why do we want to cut rates? Because when we cut rates, credit card loans aren't as expensive. Housing, not as expensive to be able to take out some sort of loan. Taking out a car loan, purchasing an automobile, not as expensive. So the thing is, when we are cutting down interest rates, it's going to accelerate people to go ahead and start spending more money. Well, if you think about it, that's the last thing that Jerome Powell wants. Jerome Powell is trying to bring down inflation, not have everyone go out and spend a ton of money. So what do we need to realize? What do we need to be saying to ourselves? Okay, Jerome Powell's job is to bring inflation down to 2%. Right now, it's still above 2%. We need to hold interest rates as high and as long as possible until basically it's the breaking point of the market. So when we take a look over on the SPY, people were disappointed that we're not going to be having rate cuts, and that's why the S&P 500 got this very nice drop. Now, on the other side of it is that the S&P 500 we're not having rate cuts because why? Because we are or were all the way up towards record highs. So that's what is so kind of big about this. Once the market starts falling and starts looking like we could potentially go on some sort of recession, that is when most likely rate cuts are going to come. I showed this picture yesterday. I'm not going to go in as much detail, but what you guys can see right here is a lot of people get misconfused. And they say, hey, Dek, we have 13 rate cuts here, and this is in the 2000 bubble when the market crashed. We do rate cuts, and rate cuts don't lead to crashing. Rate cuts happen when we are dropping into a recession to try to bring it out of the recession. Hey, Dek, we did 10 rate cuts in 2008. Yes, to try to get out of the recession. It didn't lead to the recession. So basically, if we are following this pattern right here, it is basically Jerome Powell is kind of waiting until the market starts turning and starts dropping rapidly. And that's where he's going to say, uh-oh, guys, we're starting to fall really big. Time for us to cut rates to try to bring back up the market. So right now we've been going higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. Jerome Powell's saying, all right, let's try to keep inflation, keep interest rates as high as possible until this market starts turning and falling. And once it starts turning and falling, then we'll do rate cuts to try to bring the market back on up and try to get people spending to be able to get this market to climb. So let's ask ourselves a big question. Did the S&P 500 hit its record high? What do you guys think right now? Did the S&P 500 hit its record high over on Tuesday? Did the S&P 500 hit the price of $491 and we are not seeing $491 again? Guys, does anyone think that's going to happen? Hey, Dek, $491? It's a thing in the past here, Dek. It's over. $491 was the highest part. From here, it's all the way on down, back down to $460. From here, we're going all the way back on down towards this old level, $458, $455. Dek, we got a lot of room to fall here. Now, obviously, our target that we wanted to see was going to be 500. But if $491 is the top, I really wouldn't be shocked by it. Having some sort of entries in the 490s is pretty awesome, is pretty great. So if anyone is on puts or just shorting shares in the 490s, that is an amazing opportunity right there. And I do think that is great for you guys to be able to make some sort of profit. Now, let me take a look really quickly over on NVDA here. Where's NVDA at? I didn't even look at that play yesterday. NVDA is still holding its gains pretty well. So let's go back over to the SPY, because obviously the big question about today is what are we going to do on this day? Well, I'm going to make your life extremely easy. I'm going to make your life extremely simple here. And what that is I'm going to go over to a 30-minute time frame. Switch on over to a 30-minute time frame, and you guys can see this setup, this picture right here. And I'm going to give you even a better picture of this, which is going to be right here. Notice what we have. The S&P 500 has a beautiful uptrend setup. Notice we have bounce play, 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 we have bounce play. Guess what happened? We cracked its trend line. Cracking its trend line led to this massive sell-off, which just led to this huge dump, this huge, fade, this huge crack right here. Now, the S&P 500 is trying to move itself on up. So how high is it going to get up to? It's most likely going to get up to this new downtrend, which is forming, which is going to hold up as resistance. So you can see top resistance, top resistance, top resistance, top resistance. This is your clear and easy next target. We were bouncing for about a week and a half. Came out and saying, hey, we're not going to be cutting rates, got a big time dump. Now we're starting to move ourselves back on up. It's going to try to get somewhere around here before most likely turning itself back on down. So the S&P 500, yes, starting on off, I'm definitely a little bit more interested on the call side to get up towards that red line. Now, could there be a possible pullback at the start of the day back down towards around like 484, or maybe pull back down towards, 483? Potentially that could happen. Absolutely on the SPY. But the thing is, the S&P 500, I think, has more room to run up towards this red line than it does to drop farther, because we need to actually remember something pretty big today. And the big thing that we need to remember is, traders, it does not matter if the market goes up today. It does not matter if the market goes down today. Because what is tonight? Tonight, for anyone who does not know, is a massive earnings. Okay? Earnings tonight on Apple. Earnings tonight on Amazon. Earnings tonight on Meta. These are huge earnings reports all coming on out tonight, traders. And why is that so big? Because these are some of the biggest companies in the S&P 500. If you guys actually take a look here, wrong one. That was from yesterday. Let me grab today's morning newsletter. Apple, Amazon, and Meta are in the top 5 most important, influential stocks in the S&P 500. So what we have right here is we can actually see with their earnings coming on out. We have the biggest ones, Apple, 6.6% of the S&P 500. We have Amazon, 3.5%. So we're about 10% right now on this, and Meta, 2.15%. So we have 12% of the stock market, essentially. All right? 12% of the S&P 500 is going out tonight. Is saying, all right, 12% of the S&P 500. Imagine if Apple has good earnings, Meta has good earnings, Amazon has good earnings. We all have gap ups. Guess what's going to happen? That's going to lead towards a massive climb. Imagine if all of a sudden we have gap down, gap down, gap down. The S&P 500 is going to have a massive gap down. So if today is a very strong green day, that's awesome. But if all 3 of these have bad earnings, expect a huge gap down overnight. If all 3 of them have good earnings, expect a big gap up overnight. So that is going to be huge going for us tonight. Obviously, we have our game plan today. Game plan today is going to be probably wait for a little pullback, see if we can run and rip up towards around that 486 mark, 487. And then on top of that, traders, we will be looking to make money where we can, but that's just our starting plan. And then we have tonight, which is going to be that 480, which is going to be Apple, Amazon, and Meta earnings. Those are going to be extremely important for every single trader. So that was absolutely great. Yes, team, if you guys do not know, I did finish off my month over $15,000 in trading profits. Yesterday, we were able to nail it, making another over $2,350. So, team, we have been on fire. I actually only have 2 red days in 2024 so far. So, 2 red days in 2024. Let's keep this green streak going. We're at a 91% win rate, over $15,000 in profits. And now, again, we're adding this 2,350. Let's just keep staying consistent. Let's just keep adding up these gains, and let's just keep doing what we've been doing every single day. So that is going to be great. That is going to be awesome. Now, what else can we be focusing on this day? It seems like, a lot of people are keeping their eyes peeled on some penny stocks. Nothing that's jumping off the board just yet. Seems like MINM has the best potential. But I'll be honest, I'm not really seeing anything huge right now on these plays. Now, as you guys know, we do have over 20 plus traders now over on tradecaster.com. You guys can watch my live stream, Kush's stream, AK stream, Active stream, Future stream, Shorting stream, Mamba Trader, Prop Trader, all these other traders over on Tradecaster, which is amazing. So make sure you guys go ahead and check them on out if you guys haven't yet. But we are actually going to be having Yeah Buddy join us today. So I'm actually going to get that all set on up right here. And Yeah Buddy Trades from Tradecaster.com, another live streamer. He is going to be joining us today and kind of doing a little dual stream with us. So that's going to be awesome that we could be able to bounce some ideas off each other and go from there. Now, with that being stated, traders, we know the game plan that I like at this moment. The game plan that I like at this moment is S&P 500, pullback at the start of the day, entry somewhere in that 483-ish region, and then we start seeing a nice move, start seeing a nice climb, start seeing a nice rip and run on up. So let me just get this all good here. Yeah, buddy, just sent you the link over on email so you can be able to join on in. Now, also, I do want to keep our eyes peeled over on MINM. MINM has been a top gainer day 1, top gainer day 2, and is now gapping up again. You guys know the majority of the way that I've been able to make money, the majority of the way that I been able to make a lot of my profits has been from shorting. I want to look for some sort of low float spiker. I'll be honest, we didn't see much news today. There wasn't a lot of news that kind of stood out. Not a lot of like big 3-star press releases with, some good emojis. We have a couple, like IMCR says, announces availability on cancer treatment, but that's not like positive results. So I really just scroll through this and see like what has 3 stars and also has some keywords that we like to look at. Partnership. But again, it's 952,000 in float, right? So it's like, we have to have a few different things. We have to have a low float, we have to have a lot of stars, and we have to have some keywords. Those are the ones that are going to go on the best rips and runs. And you can see we just don't have a lot of stars, keywords, low float runners right now. So I do think a lot of the plays that are gapping up are probably going to come right back on down. MINM is probably the best option. MINM is probably the best choice of today to see if this play is going to be able to keep on going up even more. I just want to see, is there anything else right now? ELAB, no. KPRX, no. I just want to see if there's any kind of crazy little penny stock that might be taking on off, getting a little bit of momentum, getting a little bit of hype, and getting a little bit more action. All right, so we got about 6 minutes here. Yeah, buddy, okay. Oh, just joined the chat. I'll bring him on over if you guys do not know who he is, and I'll give you a little introduction. Hey, brace yourself. Maybe hide your children here for a second. Yeah, buddy, what's going on here, man, today? What's going on?
Dick, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if we can keep this going though.
No, we will not. So, ladies and gentlemen, with the profits of 2024 first month coming to an end, I am now MC, they say, ladies and gentlemen. So everyone on TradeCast has banked so far. So MC stands for Money Cash, if you did not know. So, yes, that is what I like to be referred to as coming from February going forward. And what does that mean? That means Bank City, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, what's up, guys? How you doing?
What an introduction. What an introduction. Coming out hot, coming out swinging. All right, hold on here. So you just had a great month, right? Good month so far?
Yeah. Good month. What is it? Yesterday, 50K passed, and following up for that, options have been a roller coaster, but in the green for the month on them. Think I'm locking them up, so can't complain.
Awesome. Love to hear that. We got 5 minutes here. Yeah, buddy, lay out your game plan today. What's going on with you? What are you focusing on?
Yeah, buddy. All right, so I'm going to be focusing on more futures. So it's going to be NQ, ES, RTY, these plays, big caps when it comes down to it. I'm going to be looking probably for dip buys near the VWAP areas. So right now, NQ sitting around its VWAP area. I kind of use S&P to follow through with it. So if both of these plays kind of line up, accordingly, like they usually do, coming down to the VWAP or going vice versa, going up to the VWAP if it's below it, the 200-day, the 50-day, these are the points I use. I usually just take my quick scalps there. I'll hold for about 10 to 20 points on NQ, which would be like $1.50 on S&P equivalent. And I'll just be looking for that. But yeah, market, I mean, it's been insane. So going into February, obviously after the FOMC meeting yesterday, as we expected, not much changed. But still a pretty killer move if you guys call it the shorts. So, yep.
Awesome.
Game plan for the day.
So are you trading today? Are you just going to do some call outs? What's going on with you today?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I'm going to be doing some call outs. We're going to be, that's basically it. I mean, on future side, I know you're doing penny stocks, so you'll probably be killing it over there. But yeah, definitely just getting it going. So yeah, and also I have NVIDIA up as well, just in case I wants to, get my cup of tea going.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying?
I love it. Are you holding your mic right now?
I am. So I got a weird setup right now. Hold on, let's see something here. You ready for this? Why does it keep going like in and out?
No, I just see it wobbling around. So I was like,
are
you gonna hold that for the next 2 hours?
I do actually, yeah. So what happens actually is this thing right here broke, and I don't have a proper stand, and I ordered one off Amazon.
Gotcha.
And it's on the way.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
If I'm ever like Deck, take it away. I might hold this up to you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
This guy knows. Yup.
Nice. So kicking off my day, guys. I want to make sure every single person's aware what I'm looking for. Kicking things on off here. I'm probably going to be trading SPX, not SPY. I'm going to be looking for a pullback at the start of the day, trying to get filled somewhere with a higher low, probably somewhere in like the 483s, so mid to low 483s, trying to get filled on SPX. But when the SPY comes down to this area, that's what I'm going to be looking at. I'm also going to be looking on any sort of low float plays. MINM, I like how it's moving right now, but I would probably wait at least until we get halted once or twice before I do any sort of short on that play whatsoever. But starting on off, I am going to be looking a little bit more towards options. Starting on off, I am going to be sitting back, staying smart, not doing any sort of penny stock short until I start seeing some holds. After I start seeing some holds, that's when I'll start getting involved in these plays. After I start seeing some holds, that's when I'll start, saying to myself, hey, you know what? Let's see if we can look for some shorts. But starting on off here, I'm actually just going to type this all on out at this time. Ooh, let me go to SPX. Actually, let me get a options board. That's a level 2. New option. Here we go. SPX. SPXW. I always go slightly out of the money. I got to see what a price it's going to be opening up at, but I am going to be looking for calls over on this play. 5 contracts most likely. Start for with a limit order, and we got about 45 seconds here. Yeah, buddy, any kind of like final thoughts going in today, what people should know?
Definitely look for those dip buys, man. Watch out. Definitely on NQ coming up actually very shortly. I think while you're getting in that, I might be getting in NQ here.
Okay,
for a little
awesome.
bit of a dip buy.
So you're going dips on NQ, which is basically the future side.
Yeah. Yep. If you guys want to trade the options version, you can just trade the Qs. So QQQ. So there you go. You ready, buddy? You ready for the day?
It's time. It's time. We got 10 seconds here. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Here's my entry that I'm going to be looking for most likely. Obviously, I'm going to adjust this as time goes by, but I am going to be looking for a morning pullback and then a dip buy back on up. That's going to be the goal here, traders. But we are all live right now, ready to go. Want to see this come back down towards around that 483-ish mark over on the SPY. And I am just watching a different chart over on SPX. See if this could pull on back towards, that 480, 4,852-ish mark, something like that. If the SPY spikes right away, hey, we'll adjust. We'll figure out as we go. But it's not, we never want to play like the chasing game, the ring around the rosy game, basically running around with our heads cut off, just trying to figure out like, oh, let me buy here, let me buy here, let me buy here. You should only be buying with 99% confidence. Not when, again, you're saying to yourself, oh, hopefully this works on out. If you don't have a game plan, remember, some people start like getting an anxiety attack the first 30 seconds of the day because they're not in on anything yet. You have an 8-hour day ahead of you. Wait for, again, a good, easy opportunity. That's all stock trading is. Stock trading is literally an 8-hour period where all you have to do is find 2 minutes where you can predict if the market's going to go up or down. And then there's your $1,000 day. How crazy is that when you think about it? But everyone's always jumping in on plays right away, jumping in on opportunity, saying this or that. All you got to do is find one stock out of 8,000 options throughout an 8-hour period and find 1 to 2 minutes of predictability is if this stock's going to go up or if this stock's going to go down. When you think about it like that, stock trading actually does sound pretty simple. But obviously, you got a lot to do to be able to, come out on top and, be able to be successful on it.
Yep. NQ's still falling, and this is the thing. So and this is something I learned from actually Caesar, I always equivalent NQ more with SPX, right? So as you're trading SPX today, I think they're more near each other, I'd say, than S&P sometimes. So I always like to keep that up on another chart and just keep that on watch, just due to the fact that they do play quite the part together.
Yeah,
so
no, they definitely. I mean, SPY, SPX, NQ. These are all plays that move extremely similar. If you're doing the stock market, the SPY. If you're doing a little bit more of the crazy version of SPX, the ETF, or if you are doing futures, they are all going to be moving in the same similar direction.
Yeah.
Little heads on up, exactly. MINM. This is a penny stock play. Stock has gone from $2, went up to $2.50. Next day, gapped on up from $3, shot up towards $5.40, and now going from $5.40 all the way up to $7.21 over on MINM. MINM does have shares available to short. Let's take a look at past chart history pattern to see how high can this one actually spike on up towards. I think a good reasonable area to start on off would be right around that like 820-ish mark. I just kind of want to look. I always look at old previous spikes. Like what makes sense? So I'm looking at right here. Maybe a bounce play. What is that? 850, 850, 850, 850, upper shadow, 850. We know this is upper shadow all the way up towards around 990, an upper shadow up towards 760. I try to find like the common consensus area on a good mark that this could easily pull back on down. So I'm kind of leaning towards right now 850, maybe again some entries right underneath 850 on some limit orders, maybe some entries right above 850. If it ever started breaking through $9, unfortunately, if it ever started breaking through $9, unfortunately, we would probably have to get out and move on. But to say, okay, a stock has gone from $4.60 to $5 to $6 to $7 to $8 to now $8.50, and we're shorting up there, I think that's going to give us some pretty good odds. To see a stock go on that big of a climb, that big of a rip, there's probably going to be a great opportunity for some sort of pullbacks. So I definitely like MINM, and seeing if that one can, give us a nice drop when this one does open on up. SPY not really doing anything at this moment. So MINM, that one's going to be opening on up in 2 minutes here. So I'm going to be looking for probably 3,000 shares over on MINM. And MINM, can I put in some limit orders at this moment? Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. And I like to probably do 250 shares at a time and kind of just like space it out. Maybe do one entry at 820. No, it's not allowing me right now. So I have to wait until this actually opens on up. But I'd probably do like 820, 840, 850, 860, 875. And the thing is, you just average in to get the best entry possible. So that's kind of what I'm looking for at this moment over on MINM. We can see it's halted at the time of 9:30 and 37 seconds. So we will get unhalted in about 1 minute from now. Yeah, buddy, you in on any plays right now? Sitting back, what's your?
Yeah, I was about to say I just got in 17,314.75 is the fill on NQ, getting a little bit of a pop through the VWAP. That would have been that low coming in. So chilling out right now.
So you're going calls? Are you in on like calls right now or longs?
Calls. Yep, longs.
Cool.
In some longs right now, chilling out. I got MINM pulled up. I do have a little bit. I don't have a 3,000 share penny stock account. Damn, but. You got a couple. I might grab some of those. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Yeah, look at it.
As long for me, as long as the SPY, I know you're playing NQ, but as long as it holds and continues to hold, probably above 485.25, that's great. Like stay above the VWAP, keep building on up, try to get that pop up towards around 487. That's going to be, I think, the ultimate goal. Get back up to 487 on the SPY. But hold on, MINM is going to open on up here in about 8 seconds. So let's just be ready for this play in case this one ever does start taking on off. We just always want to be able to get ready to make this money very quickly. My position board, guys, MINM is live. Not filled though. MINM is live, not filled on this play whatsoever. High of the day, 769. Can we be able to break through that? I want to see if we can, be able to hit a new high. So far, we got up to 769. It looks like it's getting a pullback pretty hard right away. Let's go back to like a 2-minute time frame. See if this thing can be able to rip on up towards $8 plus. I feel more comfortable near like 850. I feel more comfortable up near those highs. But right now, it's still looking weak. Does have room to drop all the way back down towards that VWAP area. If you wanted to, you could do small shares right now, just so you have a little bit something in the game. So if it does dump, at least you can make a little bit. So that's like something that I sometimes do, not always, but sometimes if I'm like, oh man, this one has so much room to fall, sometimes I put myself in on the play with something small, just in case it does dump, at least I have some sort of skin in the game. But right now, it's still holding pretty well over on MINM. See if this thing can pop on up. $8 plus is obviously the goal here.
Waiting, watching.
MINM still again, high watch, high alert. Target is going to be this orange line. That's basically where I want to get into to have a full entry up near this orange line. And now if you're saying, oh, Dek, if that's your, so this is a big question people always ask. Dek, if that's your target, that orange line, why don't you just buy it to that target? And that's a great question. If I think that, okay, I want to get shorts at this orange line, that's where I think it's going to reverse at. Why don't I just buy it to that orange line? Well, here's the answer. I don't know if it's going to get to that orange line. I have no idea. It might turn, it might dump right now. But if it does get to that orange line, then I feel good about jumping in on it. So I have no idea if it's going to get there. But if it does get there, then I feel good about jumping in at that entry. So it's kind of like, one of those things. If it does happen, great. If it doesn't happen, no worries. MINM still trying to push itself on up here slightly.
Yeah, and Q getting that takeoff, looking for it above that 200 day.
Nice, nice, nice.
Getting close.
Still just holding tight.
Yup. Looking for 200 on the 1 minute. I know a lot of people don't like trading with the 1 minute. I sometimes don't use it. I prefer that in the 5 minute, right, for the scalps. But you know, a lot of people use the 15, the hourly, you know, whatever it may be. But I always like the smaller time frames, man.
Mm-hmm. So let's see right here. SPY up, still slightly holding. Never got my pullback, that bounce play. And remember, you know, huge thing about tonight, guys, which is just absolutely massive. If the SPY moves sideways today, who cares? If the SPY goes down today, who cares? The SPY goes up today, who cares? It's all about tonight. Apple, Amazon, and Meta, Facebook, right? All have earnings. Their earnings are basically going to fluctuate this market. All come out positive, get ready for more spiking. All come out negative, get ready for a big gap on down. So it doesn't matter if the market spikes up huge today or if the market gaps down or drops huge today. It really just depends on what's going to be coming out tonight.
Yeah, buddy.
MINM traders, unfortunately, getting a little bit weaker. Never got up to our target. I will say, though, MINM, take a look at the past chart history pattern. This is so big for us. MINM, what do you guys realize? It is known to spike and give it all back. It is known to spike and give it all back, 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 spike and give it all back. If you are interested on a short, I would not be opposed towards it because it is known to spike and then give all of its gains right on back. So the thing is, you can see this. It's in the characteristics of the stock. It's in the genes of the stock. You can look at the past chart history pattern and be able to figure out what could be happening in the present moment here. So I would not be opposed if anyone's like, okay, hey, I want to jump in on a possible short, you know, because we could easily fall all the way back on down towards, you know, that 630 price, right? You know, those are all things that could easily happen just because this stock is known to spike and then give all of its gains right on back. So I'm interested on it. I like MINM. I would rather wait for my target all the way up towards, you know, $8 plus. But if you're saying, Dek, I'm short right now, you are known to spike and give everything back, spike and give everything back. So that is just something, you know, that is going for you on this play right now.
Yep. And J Trade's saying, do you agree with my message above 491? So basically, yeah, if you're on the hourly time frame, there is a little bit of a channel wedge from what day is it? Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Yeah, it'd be about Tuesday. So a little bit of a channel pattern forming. You can touch the points. So yeah, no, I agree 100%, J Trades.
Still watching all these moves, still finding our best play here, team. Still looking for our best play, still looking for our best stock. Remember, the big thing I always talk about, it's not about how many times you trade. It's about what trade setups you take. It's about quality, not quantity. Sometimes I have people email me and say, Dek, I think I'm really getting the hang of it. I traded 49 times today. That means you have no idea what you're doing. Okay, so I'm sorry. Don't ever send me that email saying, I'm really getting the hang of it, Dek. I traded 52 times today. That means you're not getting the hang of it at all. Because really, all great traders, guess how many trades they make? The least amount of trades, the fewer amount of trades that you make is probably the more accurate you're going to be. I do not like comparing the stock market to a casino because they are different. You can be the house, you could put the odds in your favor, but in a similar gesture, in a similar way, I will say the longer you sit there and play blackjack, the better chance you have of losing. Same exact thing with stock trading. The longer you sit in your chair just trading and trading and trading and trading and trading, the better chance you have of making a mistake. But if you find one good setup, if you find one good opportunity, if you find a nice bounce, if you find a nice dip, if you find a big upper shadow, you're going to have a great chance of success to be able to walk away a winner. But that's the thing. Be able to get in the green and walk away a winner. Most people, when they win blackjack, they say, oh, I'm up 200. Now let me try to turn it to 400. And they lose it all. Same exact thing with stock trading. Oh, I just made 1,000. Let me try to make 2,000 and lose it all. Me, what did I do to be able to have a 91% win rate in January? 91% win rate confirmed by Lightspeed. How is that possible? Well, I make money and I say, hey, I'm up $1,000. That's way more than what I used to make. What I used to make was $8 an hour outside pushing people on snow tubes for 10-hour shifts, making $80 an hour. And that was after a 10-hour shift. Now, I'll probably be done in about 35 minutes maybe, with $1,000 profit, enjoying my day, making more than 99% of Americans. Pretty crazy to think about, right? So it's about quality of your setup, picking the right setup, and then again, committing to it, not trading a ton.
That where you learned to snowboard?
Oh, yeah, back in the day. I was in the 3rd grade ski club, you know?
Oh, this guy. Okay.
Yeah, 3rd grade ski club here. Also, I know, buddy's coming on out to the March Mastermind, right? Do you book your flight yet for the March one?
Yep, we are good to go. Utah, baby.
Nice.
Utah bound, yep. And then, got everything set. So you guys will see me in the kiddie slopes rocking, baby.
You are not going on one kitty sloop. There was on our last mastermind, Eric. If you're here right now, concrete trader. Eric, he was a solid snowboarder, but I did not allow him to go on anything that I wasn't going on. If I went on a double blacktop, I made him come with me. If again, it was every single one. I was pushing him outside of his comfort zone. He would go over to some other people, be like, "Are you going up with Dek?" And I'm saying, "You're coming with me no matter what." So I made Eric come with me, and yeah, buddy, no matter what trail I'm doing, you're coming with me no matter what. We're hitting every black diamond, hitting every double black, hitting every single tree run. Okay.
Well, guys, YB, the funeral cost Dek will pay for. I just want to let you guys know. So
you're good.
Got you, buddy. Don't worry. All right. I'm down. So, dude, no, it's going to be fun, though, dude. I'm excited. I'm excited. I've never been to a...
And we do, guys, still have one more bed left. So if you guys are interested in coming, we have one more spot left. Hit me on up. It's an amazing time, really fun, best skiing in the country. So again, it's going to be awesome. We trade in the morning, go hit the ski resorts in the afternoon. So make sure you guys are signing up for that. Email me right now if you guys want to come, dekmartrades@gmail.com.
Yeah, buddy.
Right here, we got NRBO still watching this play. I know MINM.
NQ, I will say, is setting itself up for a little bit of a breakout here with S&P. Came up with some double tops.
You still holding
starting to
your
get
calls?
it? Yeah, well, actually, I just sold out. I got a little, I got something called paper hand syndrome. I'm quite terrible with it, but it's bank safe sometimes. So no, it did just sell out. It's having a little bit of a double top, but yeah, no, if this breaks that 200-day on NQ, S&P is already up in these highs. I think we might get a little bit of direction here. I'd say up until the price of, let me take a look, at least up to 60. That's what I would say, at least up to around 60. The trend line's coming into play, so that'd break that. Yeah, that's gonna be your next resistance coming into play.
Yeah.
Yep. So 30-point move.
Yeah, I mean, so far, so good. S&P 500, this is what I see right now, traders. Same exact thing that I brought up earlier. Right here, this picture. We have bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. Then we have all downtrend. The S&P 500 is going to try to work itself up to this red line. At this red line is where we're going to have resistance and where you could do some put contracts. That's where I feel comfortable about doing some sort of short. So what is this red line? Everyone right now, make your chart rather large, switch on over, go to SPY, go over towards a 30-minute time frame, connect some dots, and what do you guys realize? Oh, and let me actually turn on our post market here. Cool. And what can we realize? Bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, cracking this area. What is that exact high if we spike? 486.93, 486, 80, 487 region. So I would say the S&P 500 has about another dollar spike before things start turning back on down. Another thing that we can do out of this play as well is go over to the SPX. I absolutely love trading SPX. It's the trade that I trade rather than the SPY, rather than NVDA, rather than Tesla. I like trading SPX a lot of times. So what we could do over on SPX as well, team, is we can connect some dots. I'm going to grab here, little line. I'm going to go to the very tippy top here, go all the way across the board, maybe nail it right here. Boom. And now I have a very nice line that makes sense. Top here, top here, top here. SPX gets on up towards around the price of 4,895, right underneath the price of 4,900. I know that's going to be an amazing opportunity for me to be able to say, hey, you know what? We're getting hit, and now we start dropping on down. So to me, you either want two different things. Number one, you're doing call contracts or maybe choppy move up towards this top area, or you wait till we get to this top area and you do put contracts. SPX, that's going to be right around 4,897, or you do that over on the SPY and we're waiting until around 487 over on the SPY. That's my idea. That's, again, what I'm focusing on, and now it's just basically sit back and wait for one of those moves to happen. So that's we got it all planned on out. Now we just need a little patience, guys. A little heads on up, MINM, giving it all back here. Giving it all back. So that is still weak over on MINM. That one should be coming unhalted in 30 seconds over on MINM. But it's more if you guys are shorting, past chart history pattern, right? Your great-great-grandpa had red hair. Guess what? Next generation, red hair. Next generation, red hair. Your grandpa, red hair. Your dad, red hair. You have red hair. It's in the stock genes. What I mean by that is upper shadow gives it all back. Upper shadow gives it all back. Upper shadow gives it all back. What do we think is going to happen right here? Upper shadow, probably going to give a lot of it back. Watch this probably drop on down towards $6 and then probably just consolidate and be slow the rest of the day. So let's see what happens here over on MINM in 3, 2, 1. MINM live back down to $6. 630 here underneath the VWAP. We'll see if this one just kind of consolidates a little bit near the VWAP. But you can see it's just basically following its past chart history pattern. It's running on over. Papa, Papa, I'm just like you, Papa. So it's trying to hold on up at that VWAP area. We'll keep our eyes peeled on this, see how well this is going to do. See if we have any other penny stock plays here. Jay, I think you're muted right now if you're talking.
Oh shit. Shoot. Yeah. Yeah.
I saw your mouth moving with nothing coming on out.
Yeah, the guy. No, I was saying coming down a little bit here, starting to touch the VWAP, S&P. Gonna break that little 200. If you guys are doing your little scalp trades or whatnot, maybe you could see I was talking about I posted that YouTube video or whatnot on my one strategy I use, basically off the 200 day and everything. And that basically just came into play on NQ. So I grabbed a couple shorts. I'm holding strong, seeing if this thing's gonna break what we have as the uptrend. Here it goes. Starting to break down a little bit. I got a confetti popper ready for the day, by the way, dude. So I hope you make some big bank penny stock play, because let me tell you, you might not get what I mean yet. You'll understand. All right.
So what's your game plan right now? What are you focusing on at this exact moment?
NQ and S&P. So S&P just broke its 200 day. NQ's falling as well. I'm looking for some more shorts to come in. I might exit this position. So right now I'm in it. I switched from I got out of my long at the near the highs, and then I switched to the short side. So Bankaroo looking for the 300 area. So 17,300. And then see what happens
back
there.
on down. Traders, no entries for myself just yet. As you guys know, when I do trade, I will show it live. You guys will see everything. There's, everything is right here in front of you. So just a little heads on up. Also, again, Buddy does the same exact thing, but he's over usually in his lobby over on Tradecaster. So right now, you guys are in my lobby over on Tradecaster, being able to be part of the chat, being able to watch the live stream right here, yada, yada, yada. But if you guys want to be able to see Buddy, he's usually live, and you guys can be able to click his stream and watch his stream so that he's all set, ready to go. So make sure, again, you guys are all checking that on out so you guys are all ready to rock here.
There we go. Give me 1 second, guys. Then you guys can go see. You guys can always scroll back to on the video and see what trades I just made and everything like that. So there you go. Now we're good. Yeah, I guess I forgot to hit that button.
All good. MINM team all the way down towards, again, that 580-ish mark just cracked. Now, again, sitting right around $6. If you guys are sitting on shorts, that's been the best short today. Remember, what goes up goes down. Traders, some people, okay, I'm gonna go on a little rant here for a second, but every now and then I get people that say, oh, Dek, I hate shorters. People on social media say, I hate shorters, I hate shorting, and I always ask why. They say, oh, because you're betting against these companies. Traders, you got to understand something right here. It's just very simple odds, okay? Let's just stick with this. Very simple economics. Very simple. All right, let's think about it in this example, okay? We have a big bag, all right? And I close my eyes. And in this bag, there are 8,000 marbles. And now 8,000 or 7,999 of these marbles are red. There is one blue marble. What are the odds that I close my eyes, I put my hand in this bag, and I pull out that one different marble? It's very odd. That's going to be very, very, bad chances for me to be able to pull on off. Basically a 1 in 8,000 chance. Now, let's think about it like this. Let's imagine there is only 1 or 2 marbles in this bag. What are the odds of me pulling out the color that I want? 50%, could be even higher than 50% if, multiple marbles are the color that we want. So what am I basically putting this analogy to? Is it easier for me to be able to pick the stock out of 8,000 options that is going to go up? Or is it easier for me to look at the top gainers on the day and say, oh, wow, MINM is the top spiker on the day. That's going to be the best short. What's easier for me to find? When everyone first starts off as a trader, they all say, I want to find the next big breakout, the next big rip, the next big spike, the next big climb. Why don't we just wait for the answer to be given to us and then we short it right back on down? You wonder how I have a 91% win rate. You wonder how I was able to make over $15,000 so far in January. You wonder how I'm able to do these things. I'm not going and saying, okay, what's the 1 out of 8,000 that's going to spike? What's the 1 out of 3,000 penny stocks is going to turn into the next big low float runner? I just wait for the low float runner. The answer is literally given to me. And then I just say, hey, this is the next short. Doesn't life become much more simple? Well, when we do that now, we have to we say to ourselves, okay, hey, now let me go ahead and grab shorts on these plays and I can be able to make money. You make just as much money if a stock goes from $1 to $2 as you do from $2 to $1. But you know what the big issue is? People say, I don't have any shares available to short. Well, then change your broker, right? It's like, then go get a broker that's better. If you want to be successful in the stock market, there are some very simple, easy steps that you can take. It's just people don't want to do it. It'll be the same exact thing for fitness. Hey guys, I want you to start eating healthy. But my pantry, guys, it's filled with chips. Okay, then go buy some healthier snacks. I don't want to do that. Right? It's like so much more. It's so easy when you think about it. How am I able to be successful? The answer is given to me. Short it. That's it. That's all you got to do. So a lot of these plays here, team, it just thinks you got to be able to think it through, and that's how I've been able to win so much in 2024. So if you guys aren't shorters, I would definitely try it on out and think about it. If you're saying, oh, well, my broker doesn't allow it shorting, it's not like you're stuck with that broker. Sign up for a new broker, get a better one, right? So it's really as easy as that.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Couldn't agree more, though, honestly.
Sometimes I just go on those little rants. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes
no,
you got to get it off your
dude.
chest.
Yeah, no. Yeah, 100%. And this is the spot, dude. Talking about Pop-Tarts and stuff. I'd be doing that.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. There's just so much going on in the market here. We got Jerome Powell speaking yesterday. We got earnings tonight. We're moving into obviously 2024, which is all the way up near record highs. It's an exciting time. I want everyone to profit. I want everyone to bank. I want everyone to get it going here.
Yep, got to get out of your little stubborn ways from 2023, people. All right, switch brokerages if you need to. But how'd you feel? How'd you feel about? I mean, I read some of your thing. Yeah, you basically were expecting what happened to happen. Did you trade it at all though?
Yeah, yesterday. Yeah, I made $2,000.
Oh, well, that'll do it. All right. All right.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. All right. All right. That's what's up, though. Hey, so what? Would you catch the short off of the off of near the highs or short city?
Yeah. So I just did a uptrend, and then once it was like in a 1 minute uptrend, and once the uptrend cracked, jumped on in, and was able to. This was it from yesterday right here. So if you look at my screen, basically had a bounce, bounce, bounce. We waited for the higher low pattern to cracked, dump on down. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Wait for the higher low pattern to crack, dump on down. So also, if you guys have not seen that, you guys can head on over and be able to check that on out. But that's essentially the crack I was looking for. Jumped to myself a chance on this crack. Started selling on myself in the green. And then as you can imagine, here we go. Very short. Bucks, let's go, baby! $1,000, taking my gains. Boom! 1,300. So it was a good trade. It was a good time.
I would say so. Yep. Oh, that's what's up. Coming into February hot. I like it.
That's the goal here. EVAX starting to get a little pop, guys. We're just trying to find that penny stock mover, or wait for the S&P 500 to get a little bit more of a stronger move for us. Remember, sometimes a lot of times I'll be talking and people be like, "Oh man, Dek's talking," or whoever's talking. Are we missing plays right now? You guys let me know. The S&P 500, are we missing anything? It's popped on up within the first minute, and then it's just been moving sideways, and now it's coming right back down to its open. MINM had a quick little pop. If you shorted it, great. If you didn't short it, no big deal. NRBO, basically moving sideways. CMND, little bit of a pop, just not enough to even get shorts on it anyway. We have not missed one play yet. We have not missed one opportunity. We are sitting back at this moment, waiting for what stock is going to be able to spike for us. So you guys do not need to force anything. If you guys are in the green, shout out to you. Amazing job and amazing work if you guys are in the green.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, S&P is definitely sitting flat. I mean, it's not even 10 a.m. yet, so we got 4 minutes till that, So this is kind of that morning chop, just came off of FOMC meeting. Everyone's probably, either banked or is taking that chill pill for a little bit. And, yeah, I mean, how much volume do we even have on the day so far? Let me take a look. What is that? All right, that's not a good estimate. That's not my normal volume chart. Let me load it up over here.
We also do have 10 o'clock coming on up. Let's see if there's anything on the economic calendar. 10 o'clock, guys. Thursday, 10 o'clock, we have ISM manufacturing, and we do have construction spending. So what does that mean for you? Honestly, no one's like, oh yeah, I'm very excited for the construction spending data. No one really cares that much. It just comes on down to at 10 o'clock, we are going to be seeing volume most likely. So in the next 2 minutes, we are probably going to see a very strong pop or a very strong drop. Now, you might say, well, Deck, that doesn't help us whatsoever. We don't know which way it's going to go. It does help us because the thing is, you need to think about all the different things you need to be successful on in the stock market. Number one, you need to pick the right play. What play is going to be active? Number two, you need to pick the right direction. Number three, you need to be able to pick the right time. You could pick the right play, but the wrong time. You could pick the wrong time, but the right stock. You could pick all these different variables. So if I know that the S&P 500 is going to get movement at the time of 10 o'clock, well, guess what? I already have 2 out of the 3. The last thing I just need to figure out is, are we going to go up or are we going to go on down? Which, we might have to either, number one, get a little gambly on, or number two, wait for, again, an opportunity on a dip buy or a bounce play, or you could go with momentum, any of these things, right? So you can start kind of putting some things together to give yourself a little bit of a better chance of success. But right now, the SPY is starting to fade. If I had to take a guess, it looks like things are leaning on down at this moment, and we got about a minute and a half here until this ISM data and construction spending data comes on out. We should see, I think, probably a new low, but it really all depends on what this data is going to be coming out with.
Yep. Yeah, I was seeing that. Broke a little triangle pattern, starting to hit to the downside. We got about a minute here. So construction spending. What a funny one.
Construction spending.
Oh man.
I am going to be ready still over on an SPX trade, guys. SPX trade on calls. If it does kind of drop back on down to 4,850. So if we start seeing everything kind of just get a little fade, I will look for a little bit of a dip buy and bounce play at around 4,850 if we do get a little crack. Basically, it'd be an inverse head and shoulders pattern. So we have a shoulder, we have a head, and then we have another shoulder that would be forming. 4,850 is where we'd bounce at.
There we go. So what is it for the economic calendar? I use this other one as well that kind of gives me an insight if it's going to be like a high impact, a medium impact, or a low impact. So apparently ISM manufacturing should do a little bit. It says high impact.
It says high impact?
So. Yep.
Cool.
So
let's see here, guys. We got 8 seconds. Let's just see what the SPY does. Let's just see what the SPY does. Obviously, we're waiting for our first trade on the day. Trying to make some nice money. Trying to make some nice cash.
Woo! Oh, okay.
There's a little bit of the drop, I told you.
There we go.
So there's a little bit of that turnaround. SPX didn't get that big of a drop just yet, but I do want to see, again, 4,850 region is the goal that I'm looking for over on SPX. SPY, there's the turnaround as we talked about. Remember, you had to be a little bit gambly to be able to jump in on that and actually feel confident with it. But, SPY right now is, getting a nice little turn back on down. Let's see how low this thing can fall on down towards. We did just hit a brand new low of the day. I am watching, obviously, SPX to see if we are going to keep on cracking. I want to try to get some entries down here. 4,850 is going to be my goal. So 4,850 region is kind of my goal on what I'm going to try to be getting involved in over on this play. SPY so far, I know it looks like a big drop, but it's really just back at where we opened up at. So the open is trying to hold up as a little bit of support at this time.
Yeah, buddy. All right.
Let's keep on watching here. If you guys did get a nice little drop right there, that's great. And man, it's just been I just want to nail that one good mover today. We either need the SPY to be able to get a big dump and be able to nail it, a big bounce play, be able to nail it, but I don't want to force. I want to use my head. I want to stay smart. I want to get myself in on these best positions possible.
I agree 100%. Yeah, a lot of these plays, I don't know. This week, I kind of want this week to wrap up and then next week to really come in,
Mm-hmm.
Just because of Wednesday, JP speaking, the Thursday and Friday, usually, it's not terrible, but there's better plays in the world, that present themselves.
No, right now it just comes down to that patience game. Little shout out, Ariel says over on YouTube, I like you so much, Sean. Ariel, thank you so much. I like you as well. It's always nice. Thank you, Ariel. I appreciate you. I like you. I like you a lot.
Here we go, Ariel. Boosting the ego. Here we go.
I mean, what's not to like?
Here we
You know what I mean? They're not wrong. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Oh man.
What like website do you use for your economic calendar? Yeah, buddy.
It's the dailyfx.com, so I can link it in your chat.
Yeah, link it over in the chat. I want to check it on out, see what we got there.
Gotcha. There you go.
Cool. Let's see here. Dailyfx.com. Stop. From December, we're no longer intended residents of the United States.
Oh, you just don't mind that. Just click I'm not a U.S. resident. Yeah.
Oh, man. Blatantly. Over 2,600 people just saw me blatantly lie. All right.
I'm just off to a great start, dude.
Yeah. Today, cool. Medium impact.
Yep. And then it gives it for most of the world. So most of the world's, data coming out and everything. You just gotta look for United States.
Yeah.
And
take off Canada, Mexico, Brazil,
yeah, right.
Colombiano. And then let's just keep it right here.
There we go. So, yep.
Nice. All right, cool. I like it.
Yeah, buddy. Gotcha. Yeah. So sometimes I'll use the other one though, because this one doesn't really, or I haven't really expanded for the week. You know what I mean? So I'll just go and click the economic data, the other one that you use, and then I'll use that one for my weekly, and then I'll go like deeper with this one. You know what I mean? Into the day to day to see if it's actually gonna be like a high impact.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a way that you can click a certain date, and you could probably like set it and everything, but it's just easier for, you know what I mean, just to do it the other way.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Right now, team, still, we got a whole bunch of chop at this moment. No entry for myself. Someone make something move. Someone do something. I want you guys at this moment. Call your bank. Take out your mortgage. Start pumping up some play. Let's get a little movement in the chat room.
Someone sell their house, dude. Do something. Get crazy. It's a wild event, man. So it's a dead market.
Right now, it's a little slow. We just need a little volume. I mean, the thing is, I think a lot of people might be scared just because we do have Amazon, Apple, and Facebook coming out tonight where people don't know which way this market's actually going to go. It's going to probably be a $3 to $4 either gap up or gap down. So if the most money, I'm going to let everyone know right now, the most money that you can make today is going to be holding overnight. But the hold overnight is going to be risky. But it is the most amount of money that you are probably going to be able to make today. Hold overnight, you'll be able to make the most amount of money. Right now, when I take a look over on the SPY, I think a lot of people already kind of understand what I'd be looking for. Some people are saying, oh, Dek, we're starting to break a little bit of a downtrend. We're getting back above the VWAP. Let's go ahead and buy back into this. I think that's honestly a bad idea. Why is that a bad idea? Because guess what? We just spiked on up, then we came on down. Then we spiked on up, then we came on down. Then we spiked on up, then came on down. Then we dropped on down, and now we're right back to where we started. So really, all we're doing at this moment is just being in chop. I don't want to get filled on this play until we are way above the chop or way underneath the chop, and then we can go ahead and do puts or contracts. I'm sticking to my game plan. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, if we come on up towards this price of this red line up near around 487, I'm jumping on a put contract, and I'm right there. If we drop on down towards around the price of 483, I'll jump in on a call contract, and I'm going to go right there. But I'm not going to just randomly jump in this middle and hope for the best, and most likely I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to lose. I'm going to have time decay take on over. I'm going to be battling all these Greeks. I'm going to be sitting and hoping, and my emotions are going to be getting there. I'm going to be down $400, $500 and saying, well, maybe it's going to bounce back up. Now this chop, and you just end up losing. It's not good. It's not worth it. So for me at this time, S&P 500 is no bueno, no good, no opportunity for myself at this time. Other than that, I would rather look for a penny stock low floater. That's what I would rather look for. I would rather wait for social media out there, guys. Remember, there are a ton of discords out there that literally are just doing one thing. They just pump up plays, right? How many people have ever been part of a discord before where all of a sudden you sign up, you pay this money, and there's just this one guy that said, hey, just bought 20,000 shares of MINM. And then everyone else goes ahead and buys MINM. Then he makes a whole bunch of money. And then guess what? He goes, just sell my 20,000 shares on MINM. And then the stock comes crashing on down as all the followers basically just, make that guy a ton of money and that's it. Right? That's not what I want to do here in any sort of way. I like live streaming. So you see when I get in, when you see when I get out, and you can hear my thought process beforehand. But I do know that every single day, especially when things are a little bit slower, there will be social media pumps. There will be someone out there who says, oh, everyone buy this play, MINM. Oh, everyone go buy this play or this play or this play. And we will see one pump go on in some sort of rip and run. I also, when things get a little bit slower, like to look at previous top gainers. See if these can catch some fire. See if CRBP, stock that's gone from $8 all the way up to $40. See if this one, keep this on my watch list, maybe break of $30, we start taking on off again. You know, DWAC, DWAC, right? Trump stock. We know, again, this play went from $20, shot all the way up to $59. Unfortunately, getting a little bit weaker at this moment. But if it can ever get above $42, we could possibly be able to take on off. Right? NEXI. I know that was a very hot one. NEXI getting a little bit of hype at this time. NEXI has been a rather hot stock. Could easily squeeze on up towards around like that $17 region right now as we're speaking about it over on NEXI. So we definitely want to keep our eyes peeled over on this one. So a lot of times if we realize that the market's slow and we realize that our top gainers on the day aren't really doing anything, sometimes people say, well, let's look at the plays that spiked big on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, and let's see if those can catch some fire again, because those could easily take on off.
Yep. S&P. A little up there, but I'm gonna keep my hands off for now. Of NQ. It's at that 200. I would love to take a long and then just put my stop. I may do that. Just put my stop at the bottom of this exact candle that just took off. Just something small, something simple. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I
Let
agree.
it go.
I like Newly's little gif here, trying to pump up the market. I'll be honest, I did not know what this was at first, guys, and I got a little nervous to click this. But then Newly
wait.
kind of showing it's pumping up the market right here, trying to get that thing going. I'll be honest, Tradecaster cutting it off halfway is not a good look. All right, and we got to talk to the programmers about this GIF. But you know what? Dude. This right here, we're getting this thing going right now. I'm liking it. Let's get this market going on up.
Let's go, baby. Come on, someone do something crazy. Someone, so I don't know, man. Someone buy like 100,000 shares of like some penny stock, dude. I'm telling you. I always thought about that. Man. It is illegal for stock manipulation. But
yes, it is. Good job, bud. I'm happy we're figuring this out live with you. Good job.
Okay. But I was going somewhere with that.
It's
not illegal.
Says, oh man, we're not allowed to kill people either. Yeah,
All right, maybe I'll just end that statement there. Never mind. All right,
go on. I want to hear it.
All right. I was gonna say maybe though, if we all just buy in at the same time, that's not illegal. Think about it, Dek. just putting it out there.
Okay. How is everyone supposed to buy at the same time?
Okay, so like you do like a count of 3. You know what I mean? You're just like
that is you literally setting up a pump. Okay, that is exactly what a pump is. Hey, everyone,
is that what it is?
On the count of 3, let's all buy at the same time. Okay? That's exactly what market manipulation is. Okay? It would be like if you robbed a store and they're like, "Yes, you have robbery." And it's like, "No, it's not robbery. I left without paying." Okay? I left without paying. That's all. I didn't steal it.
Okay. All right. No, like I was picking up on that. I just, just not completely, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Okay. All right. So
yeah.
maybe not that. Not that. I'll remove that one from the list in the notes.
No, we're good. We'll edit that one out. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, we know what's going on over in the Yeah Buddy chat room over on Tradecaster.
Yeah, right, dude.
All right. So Yeah Buddy, we know what he's going on over here on Tradecaster right now. So
hey, I'm just saying. All right. I'm chilling out. No penny stock pump ups. No, none of that.
CING trying to get a little bit of hype. I need something to get halted. Need something to kind of take over the show a little bit. See something could possibly squeeze here.
Oh man. So yeah, we got a little bit of a squeeze, I guess, on S&P up to 486, rejecting though. I caught a little bit of that action, but in and out really quick. Nothing crazy.
No trade, not even one trade for myself just yet. Not one trade here just yet, guys.
Disciplined man, I like it.
Hey, I know my limits right here. It's like, why am I setting myself up for rejection? Like that's basically, what we have. I'm setting myself up to just lose money. That's all it is at this moment. Okay? It'd be like, a way that I think about it, I always try to give you guys like analogies you guys can relate to. Imagine you guys go out on Friday or Saturday night and you see a person that you like, a girl or a guy or whatever you're into, and all of a sudden you're like, ooh, I want to go ask that person out for a date. But then a guy comes over, puts his arm around her, and they start kissing. And it's like, okay, let me go ask her out for a date now. It's like, what are we doing? You're literally going to walk up, get rejected, get beat up, and then come back home. Same exact thing in the stock market. Why am I going to throw myself into this money? Oh, Dek, I want to make money. Oh, I want to ask this person on out. It's literally going to say no. It's not going to happen. We're literally just going to lose. We're literally just going to get beat up right now. So the thing is, we need to put ourselves in that mindset and understand, sure, our emotions say trade, 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 trade. But what is it really coming on down to? We are trading just because we want to click the buy button. And then our hopes of something imaginary is going to happen. But really, we're just going to be upset and say, man, why did I pull the trigger? Why did I buy? Why did I do that?
Yep.
Nate Trade said, Dek, I like the analogy, but shoot your shot. Maybe it's her brother.
Okay, dude.
Whoa.
Yeah. This is like,
hey, that Nate Trades, you're on to something, man. I don't know where you live, but the thing is, hey, if that happens, if that's something that you've fallen into the trap of before, I gotcha. And I'll be honest, my fiance's boyfriend, super cool guy, super nice, and we like hanging out every now and then.
Rewind.
Hey,
take one back,
buddy. We got a lot of editing out to do today. Okay.
Okay. I was like, wait, hold on. I think I forgot something here, dude. I'm like, America. Yeah.
Real quick, right here. Jason Lunzi with a $10 donation over on YouTube. Thank you, Jason, for the $10 donation. Says, rocking with you, my brother. Made 1K on FOMC, doing Bloomsburg proud. Jason, woo! Shout out to you, buddy. Little boy from Bloomsburg. Nice college, university went to. Good old hardware days, capital days. So that's Bloomsburg University.
It's a good spot.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
Great.
PA bound. Millersville.
Best college in the world.
Is that where you went?
Yeah, that's where I went.
You went to Bloomsburg, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I went for a bit. Had a good time.
Yeah, a little bit. Had a fun. Yeah. Let me tell you. Yeah, anyways.
Shout out to you, Jason. Thank you, buddy.
Oh man.
GRI halted again on the upside. So we got GRI halted on up. CING, come on. We're still waiting. We got a couple of possibilities. GRI, possibility for a spike up towards around $5. That could get a little fire. It's only 367 in float. So this is a potential pump. As you guys know, take a look at the past chart history pattern. Remember, if your great grandpa is very tall, that most like means your grandpa's tall, which means, again, your dad is tall, which means, again, you're probably going to be tall. So what do we have here? Upper shadow, give it all back. 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 Most likely, you're going to follow in the same characteristics, the same genes, right? That's what you always want to be able to think about. So GRI definitely has a little bit of potential right here. And this is kind of what I'm talking about with like these social media pumps. There's definitely just some sort of chat room out there that says, oh, this stock's only 367,000 in float. Everyone, let's go ahead and buy it. That's what's happening on this play on why it's spiking on up. So when it does turn and when it does drop, everyone's going to run away from this play and it's going to turn into just like a massive dump straight back on down. That's all it's going to be, guys. It's going to be a massive straight on down dump. And it's not going to be able to hold up its gains really probably whatsoever at all. So let's see here over on GRI. What would be a great opportunity to get involved on GRI? I would probably say, around $5. So somewhere around $5, if we can get filled on this play on some shorts, I would look for it. So right now, guys, I'm actually going to place, just some, I can't place entries at this moment because it's halted. And when this one does unholt, if this one does get unhalted in the next few seconds, I'm going to look for some entries on this play around or slightly above $5. So let's go. GRI 10:13 and 47 seconds is when we get unhalted at. 10:13, 47 seconds. We get unhalted at 10:18 and 47 seconds. Most likely, we're going to have a gap up. We're going to have a pump. And then at some point, it's going to turn and come crashing all the way back on down. Best entry would actually be above $5, probably a little bit closer towards, $6, but it kind of comes down to you. You can either try to nail it at the very tippity top, you can scale in from 5 to 6 to 7 to try to get the best entry, or you can wait for the upper shadow and then go ahead and pull the trigger for a little bit more clarity. But if you wait, you don't make as much. If you jump in early, you make the most, but have the most risk of losing. So you got to find that balance area. So right now, traders, we are just kind of watching everything here. This is going to get unholted in about a minute at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any news on it or anything.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing much.
No.
Also, Team Tesla still getting lower. Who here is a Tesla fan that's just saying, what the heck is going on? Who here bought Tesla in 2022? Who here bought Tesla last year in 2023 saying, what the heck is going on with this garbage? Why is Tesla, it was all the way up to 410 and now it's at 187. Why is Tesla going down every single month? Right? So it's like Tesla used to be the #1 play in the stock market. Tesla was NVDA. And now it's like Tesla, it's like no one touches it. But I will say, when no one's touching plays is when you want to buy the place. When no one's involved in the plays is when you want to start getting, very close to these plays.
Yeah, that's crazy. I remember when that thing was like $1,100. Remember that?
Yeah, before the stock split. That was nuts.
Yep. Imagine. Yeah, just buy one share of Tesla. Be like, oh, yeah, how much? It's like, oh, well, probably the equivalent to a Bitcoin at the time or something, dude. Like,
yeah, it was nuts. 20 seconds here on GRI. Might be getting my first trade on the day. Gonna definitely wait probably. I'm not gonna do $5, guys. Just giving everyone a heads up right now. I'm gonna wait until we go above $5. Wait until above $5. Wait for high 5s, low 6s. Just in case this actually does get a low float pump. Should get unholted in 5 seconds here over on GRI. So I'm gonna wait probably more towards $6 plus. Let's see if this thing can pump. Oh, and it's actually starting to get a little bit weaker right away. I was hoping that we could gap on up. And these are just like these social media pumps right here. People are locking in profits right now. Can it kind of get its next wave? Let's see here. The LULD is at 403. It has to spike on up to 403. If it crashes, team, we might just see this thing, just come falling apart at this point. It just could just be a nice little dip, nice little drop, as everyone says. Oh, little pump and dump. So GRI at this moment is now halted on the downside. Team, we're trying to do everything we possibly can. I'm letting you guys know exactly what's going on. These are Discord pumps. This is someone trying to take advantage of their viewers. This is someone trying to take advantage of their members. We don't ever take advantage of that whatsoever. If anything, we short these plays back to garbage land because that's where they belong. Because that's all these plays are. These are penny stocks. These are not good, reliable companies. Anything that goes on up in these penny stocks, you just short it right back on down. All this is right here is there's probably some guy with a 400 or maybe a 1,000 person Discord, and all he's doing is saying everyone buy GRI at the same time. He bought on in, all his followers bought, he just sold, he just told everyone to sell, and now it's coming back on down and everyone loses. Like, we don't do that here. We don't do that here, guys. I'm not going to put you guys in those, crappy positions.
Right. By the way, everyone that just bought and sold GRI with me from the start, yep, congratulations, guys. We all made that pump happen.
That was a yeah buddy pump the whole time, guys.
Dude.
That was a yeah buddy pump.
Just like, yeah, right, dude. Just sitting here, just taking it in. Oh, man.
There's a yeah buddy right there. I want to, come on, hold on. I'm still bouncing around here, traders. I'm bouncing around trying to get the best possible move at this moment. Looking for this. It's still S&P 500, a little bit choppy. Let me ask a question right now to everyone in the chat room. Who here has no trades yet today? Who here has not pulled the trigger? Who here is sitting on their hands and is saying, hey, Dek, I am absolutely A-okay all right with this. I'm absolutely A-okay all right. I'm absolutely A-okay fine with this. I don't need to put myself in any sort of position whatsoever. And I know that's kind of been like the story so far. And the thing is, for everyone that is saying, no, I haven't traded, I haven't jumped in on it, you guys are the ones that are being the smartest right now, because I can guarantee at this moment that there is someone out there that wants to switch shoes with you. I can guarantee there's someone out there at this moment that's saying, man, I'm down 500 today. Why did I do that, man? Why didn't I, like, what's going on here? Right? Why did I jump in? Because I got emotional? Why did I jump in? Because of this? So we don't want to be doing that whatsoever here.
Yep. Yeah, this is a very choppy start to a Thursday, I will say.
Mhm.
Which, how much can we really, I went back and what is that? I took a look at all the past chart like FOMC data days.
Yeah.
I should have taken a look at the days after, but I'm sure they're all looking similar in a way, right? Some sort of chop coming into it. Because I mean, you really think about it, all the big hedge firms, hedge funds and everything like that, they were all waiting until 2 p.m. Get in their plays, maybe 1:45, whatever it may be, yada yada yada. But then come today, I mean, yesterday was a big day. So today it's like yesterday's the giant party, right? The climax, and today's like the hangover. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, we're all chilling out.
Yeah, we're just chilling at this moment. Absolutely.
Yep. S&P wise, anyways, obviously penny stocks. There's a party all day long, baby.
Yeah.
Maybe, but not right now though. But
not right now. But no, I'm trying to make some money. I'm trying to make this day, of course, worthwhile. As you guys know, I'm actually pretty excited. Saturday, my house goes up for sale, so I'm excited to see if you get a couple nibblers, get a couple bites. That's it.
You getting out of PA?
No, my Utah house.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're out of it. You're gone.
No, this is all I'm doing. It's purely real estate is pure investment to me. I have it up on Airbnb, but now as we get into the spring, it's the hottest time to start to sell a house. So I'm just gonna put it up for $600,000 more than what I bought it for. Something ridiculous. And if there's some guy that comes over from LA or someone who's just like, hey, you know what? I really like this house. I want to buy it, and is going to throw me that. Sure. Let's see. Best case scenario is all of a sudden like someone's like, oh yeah, we have an offer on it. Take it. I love the house. I really do. But if someone wants to pay, that much for it, I have no problem giving it up and, restarting the process somewhere else,
Right. You already made your bank off Airbnb, and then you're making more by selling it.
Yeah, so
it's like
goes up for sale here. I'm excited. I mean, maybe I'm getting a little optimistic that someone's gonna pull the trigger and want to get it right away. But hey, if you guys got a little over $2 million, go for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude. Yeah,
you guys got a little over $2 million. Hey, it's yours. Take it home.
Yep.
Take it home.
That's crazy. That's a good looking house, though.
Oh, so yeah, it is. Get it for a discount.
Yeah, right. Did you grabbed it for a discount?
I got it for a very nice price, and then worked on it, built it on up, added some new stuff. I mean, we did do a lot of like renovations on it as well and everything. So,
right, getting into it. Yep, I like it. Yeah, buddy. I'm still in my, I know it's a little cold, but the ski seminar, dude. I see that pool and I see that balcony. Like somebody has to do it at least once.
Oh, that's a big fear. I don't want anyone hurting themselves there. Like, but the pool's closed right now anyway. There's a big tarp over it. Yeah, I'm sorry, bud. Right. You can go in the jacuzzi though.
Ah, there we go. Oh man, no backflips. Okay.
AMD.
Yeah, I say that. Yet I want to go to the kiddie park.
Yeah. AMD at this moment still just building lower highs. AMD, a little bit of lower highs at this moment. Really not too much I'm seeing at this time. Man, it's still just bouncing around. Guys, if you guys see anything that is, doing great, please let me know. Yeah, Peloton all the way down to $4. Isn't that kind of crazy to think about? I saw a couple of you guys talking about that over on chat. Peloton back during the pandemic was all the way up at $170. It's now at $4. Talk about, a huge and great short. Theme, that is nuts to be thinking about. And I mean, Peloton's a pretty popular company, but they just exploded when no one was allowed to leave their house, right? It was, stay inside, don't talk to anyone. And then it's like, well, I can't go to a gym. I want to work out. Peloton went insane. Everyone started buying one. But then after that, it was, hey, I can go outside. I can ride my bike. I can go to a gym. I can do this. I can do that. And then it just absolutely has fallen apart since. I mean, there's been a lot of stocks that have, spiked up huge because of that 2 year or 3 years ago, and now just is not anywhere close. I know Netflix was near its highs then, or was at its highs, and now it's trying to get itself back on up, and it just had good earnings, so that's definitely getting there. We also had, remember, Zoom. Zoom's nowhere close to it. Remember, all colleges and schools and high schools, everyone go on Zoom. Now again, you go to class. You make friends, you socialize. You get bullied, all that stuff, right? All the good stuff. Then we have Zoom all the way back on down. What else is there? There was tons of other things going on, but that was a crazy time. I always think about God forbid I don't want anything like that in any sort of way again, and nothing in that way. But you do have to understand. throughout the next 5, 10, 20 years, random stuff's going to happen. We're going to have new technology develop, and it's going to make the market go on a crazy bubble. We're going to have maybe, I don't know, some sort of like crack of this, of that could lead towards some sort of drop. Like, I don't think anyone could ever be ready for saying, oh yeah, housing market, oh, technology bubble, oh, pandemic, oh, this, that, this. It's like things happen, and as they happen, you need to adjust to them. Because sometimes I think about that sometimes, and I'm like, how stupid was I? How dumb was I? That literally, why didn't I buy Zoom the moment that, we realized, okay, hey, there's a virus going on that we just have to sit in our house for the next, 2 years. Obviously, Zoom's going to explode. Man, there's this thing going around that we're not allowed to go to gyms. Peloton's going to explode. Man, everyone's going to be sitting in their house, and if they're not going to gym, they're just watching Netflix. Netflix is going to explode. It's like, why didn't we jump? We just have to think these things on through. So whatever happens next, if that is, whatever next big bubble is, or next big technology revolution, or next big event in the world, or next big, we want to try to put the pieces together, right? We could have even jumped into a pharmaceutical company and said, hey, why didn't we jump in on mRNA and try to ride this all the way on up? Right? So whenever things happen in the world, good or bad, there's always someone who's profiting off of that. If it's a great thing, that's awesome, and I love that. But if it's a bad thing, yes, it could be very bad in the world, and we don't want it in any sort of way, but there are going to be companies that are going to be solutions to those bad things, or alternatives on what you could do for those bad things. So with everything, like right now, I think, the world seems pretty good to me. Pretty amazing. I love it. There's no crazy bad news. There's no crazy good news right here. But every day, waking up blessed, absolutely amazing. But in the stock market here, it's kind of still just, kind of finding its path. We will see what happens in the future. Maybe something in AI could happen, that gets a little bit more crazy. Maybe something with quantum computing. Maybe something with uranium or nuclear energy. Maybe something with, I don't know. I'm just kind of making things on up at this point. But we always just want to, whenever we hear people talking and see people and talking and everyone's getting really into this hot trend, think about what is it going to be at this moment.
I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah, that is true. I mean, like, you really think about it. Okay, hey, I mean, did people expect us to be in the house that long, though? Right? Like, you know what I mean? They were like, oh, just a few weeks at first, yada, yada, yada. But then once, I think it was Italy or something closed down, that would have been a good time to, like, buy Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. No, I try to always kind of think that stuff through, but we'll see. We're going to have more than enough opportunities throughout our lifetime. More than enough. And all you got to do is really nail one, and it changes your life.
Yeah. Chewy. Do you see that? When someone takes uranium, it becomes their uranium.
That is true. That is very true.
That's a good one, buddy. I like that.
These are some potential trends that you guys can look for, coming on up in 2024 here. Some potential trends that could catch some fire that you guys can go on Reddit or do research on. We have AI, artificial intelligence. We all know it. Uranium. Uranium has been getting very big with like nuclear power. And the thing is, like, a lot of people are saying, hey, why don't we use more nuclear power? It's the most best energy source that we can find in the world. And uranium stocks have been just going absolutely insane. So if you guys want to look into uranium plays, they've been going pretty wild. QC, which is quantum computing. Quantum computing, that is something that's getting a little bit bigger. Crypto, obviously very hot. We do have the metaverse, which actually is starting to become a lot more into a reality, actually being able to put on these goggles and kind of be taken to this completely different world. If that's, for augmented reality or completely virtual reality. Augmented reality is when we see our real world, but like things pop up into it. Like, maybe we wear special glasses and we see everything in the real world, but maybe something like digital pops on up, or maybe like a screen pops on up that we can type on that's not really there. We also have hydrogen. Like hydrogen cars are starting to get more popular, which is basically just running off water. And then graphene, which they say is like a super element, which they're starting to mine a lot more. So graphene stocks, you guys can look into it. But these are just some ideas, some potential trends for 2024. If you guys want to take a picture of it, screenshot it, and basically, maybe do some research on it. Jump on Reddit, go on Twitter, and start looking in some uranium plays, some metaverse plays, some hydrogen plays, some graphene plays, some crypto plays, some quantum computing plays, and kind of see, what could be coming on up on these stocks. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I also see a GRI back on up. GRI trying to get still another little squeeze here. So GRI back on up. Didn't break the high, but did get halted. So it did not break the high, but it did get halted on up.
I find it so interesting. You know what I mean? Like that with that power, somebody can literally pump a stock up like multiple dollars and dump it all in like the same day. I find that like so crazy, you know?
What do you mean?
Not saying I'm not saying I actually want to do that. I'm just saying that it's pretty crazy.
Hey, yeah, buddy, you're kind of making me a little nervous today.
Yeah,
all
dude.
right?
No, guys. All right. It's like YB's new business adventure. Be like, trust me, guys.
Making me a little nervous today, bud.
No. No. I just never really. I don't know. I thought about it before, obviously, you know, but like, it's just so weird.
You are something else, buddy.
Oh man. S&P's coming down a little bit. I got a little trend line. I mean, excuse me, channel pattern going on S&P. It's playing out pretty well. Just hit the top of it coming down. So I feel like that's all we're in right now. A little channel pattern, chilling out. Nothing crazy. Very
NRBO also trying to get a little bit of hype. NRBO, a little bit of potential here. This one is spiking itself on up. Its pre-market high though was all the way up towards 675. So that one's still trying to get a little bit of action. I don't want to get to the point, guys, where I'll be honest with you. I'm going to be extremely blunt and transparent with you guys. Sometimes when I'm live streaming, I do feel a little bit more pressure on the fact where it's like, hey, you guys are here watching me, taking time out of your day to watch me. I want to be able to make that count. I want to be able to say, oh, people say, wow, you know, look what he was able to do. Wow, look what he was able to accomplish. Wow, look what he was able to make in the market. And you know, sometimes that would lead to me jumping in on plays, taking losses, where number one, that's not leading to you saying, wow, it's you usually saying this guy stinks. Number two, it usually also shows that for experienced traders saying, wow, this guy doesn't, you know, have much discipline. I would rather be a trader that people are watching and say, hey, he didn't see anything that he liked. He's not going to jump in. I like that. I actually want to follow this guy to see what he can do coming on up in the future when he actually does see a pattern that he likes. I think we can all agree right now, if we had a rank today on slowness, 10 being the hottest day in the world, I'm probably going to give it like a 3, you know, saying that things are a little bit light. I don't want to jump in just to try to jump in because people are watching me and then end up losing $500 where it looks like I can't control my emotions, and on top of that I lose. I would rather be a disciplined trader that holds my $15,000 that I made last week with my 91% win rate and be able to say, hey, let me make sure that I'm being smart. I would rather give those out as a mentor rather than just some crappy alerts where people are just going to lose on and feel bad about their trading. So, you know, that's definitely something that I want to say to myself over on these plays and want you guys to realize as well. But I still, you know, I'm here, I'm ready to go. I am watching GRI, I am watching some of these plays, but, you know, I just want to make sure that, you know, we kind of understand, you know, this momentum at this time.
Well, I'm with you. I'm with you on it.
Let's see what time GRI comes on out. Newsfilter.io. How's yeah, buddy, how's like the market looking, SPY and stuff? Oh, and GRI actually just came out once again. Let's see if we can get involved in anything on this play over on GRI. GRI.
Another sell-off.
Yeah, it looks like another. Let's see if this is going to hold on up. Here's a little uptrend. I do want to take a look at the SPY real quick. SPY still could get that little pop-up towards around 487. GRI right here, team. Though, you know, here's a little bit of higher lows. Crack of this trend line, you could pull the trigger and try to make a quick dollar on the shorts.
Now it's starting to get up there.
See if this thing can maybe squeeze a little bit. We know this is just Discord pumps. And the thing is, it could catch fire. Where, guess what's happening? I'm right now saying, guys, possibility on GRI. You right now are saying, ooh, GRI is moving on up. Someone else right now, GRI, it could catch fire where it goes way higher than expected just because everyone in the world wants to trade. No one has a trade available. So I could imagine actually GRI going up higher than you think just because people want to try to make a quick buck. And we just got halted again over on GRI. But I do want everyone to know this. I'm going to grab this here for a second, kind of post a little bit of a screenshot and just type out exactly, you know, what I'm thinking, which, you know, a lot of you guys already know. Which is going to be grabbing this and just go GRI, pure pump play from a Discord. It may catch fire as everyone is looking for a trade, but I would rather short. So I'd rather short this garbage as it gets higher than $6. So basically somewhere above $6, I probably want to wait. Above $6, I probably want to start, getting involved and saying, all right, hey, let's go ahead and look for some shorts a little bit higher on up.
Yep. Yeah. I just feel like this is just going to be another one of those tops on S&P. I mean, once again, it's riding right near it, but we've seen it about, what is that? About, 1020 if you look near that high. Go back a little bit further, 945. Just one of those highs, and then, they just keep crashing, coming down. They just, just keep holding a little bit of an uptrend, but just that channel pattern plays well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely here, team.
Just chilling out.
I'm thinking about possibly going, for our YouTube viewers right now, I hate when I go live on YouTube and then again, we don't have like tons of hype and momentum. So if we don't get tons of hype and momentum over on YouTube, I'm probably going to go live tomorrow on YouTube again, just because I want to, be able to give you guys what you guys are showing up for. So, obviously we go live on Tradecaster every single day, been banking nonstop on Tradecaster, but I hate when it's slow Thursdays or just any slow day where we can't get any sort of trade. So everyone on YouTube, I'll be going live on tomorrow as well, just so you guys can, be able to get some profits with us, show you what we're really all about here.
Yeah, buddy. So on this other prop account I have, I did just grab some shorts. Just going to ride these highs. Just check it out.
So what are you
just
doing
see
right
what we got. A little bit of NQ shorts off of these highs. Now, if it pops up above the high day and everything, that'd be my stop loss. It'd be like a hard stop. Wouldn't be one of those like trailing. So it'd just be cut real quick, just because we have high here. Go back about 20 minutes. We have a high there, sell off. Go back about another 20 minutes. You have another high and then sell off. So they just keep kind of in that channel pattern. And I just feel as if S&P is going to do it and get a pump, it's either going to be right here or so like it's going to move in some way or another, hopefully a little bit more rapid. It's on futures, so I don't have theta or, delta kicking me or anything, any of the Greek frats hitting me,
Yeah.
So yeah, none of them are hitting me, so I'm chilling out. chilling
out right now. So yeah, at this moment here, team, we are still waiting. And hey, the patience will be rewarded. And I know there's some people out there that are going to crack, that are saying, Deck, I haven't traded in an hour. I can't do it anymore. And then you just jump in, you lose $200. And if that's what you need to kind of, just kind of build a little discipline, guess what? I used to go through that. I used to go through where I would have that little trading, withdrawal, and I would say, oh man, I need a trade. Jump on in, take a loss, feel bad, and say, why the heck did I do it? And eventually you do that so many times, you kind of learn your lesson as in, okay, I shouldn't be doing this anymore. This is not, good for me in any sort of way. So, the S&P 500, just still not worth it. We are watching GRI to see if that play can be able to go on any sort of rip and run and, basically just be going from there. So let's stay alert. Let's stay smart. Let's try to make money where we can. And, when we see an opportunity, let's go ahead and pull the trigger here.
Buddy. All right. That's going to be right there. There we go. All right. Let this thing rock. What time does GRI come out?
Yeah, GRI is going to be opening on up at the time of 10:41 and 13 seconds. So we have 50 seconds left.
All right.
Yeah, and what I honestly feel like what's going on right now is that I could imagine so many people not trading because they don't know what's going to happen tonight. They don't know what's going to happen with Apple tonight. They don't know what's going to happen with Amazon. They don't know what's going to happen with Meta. And everyone's just saying, I just don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to jump in right now and, basically have to hold overnight. So a lot of big hedge funds may not be making any sort of moves until they get this move here. But I'm going to let everyone know also that if you guys do jump in tonight, if you are correct, you're going to have a massive gain. If you are incorrect, well, you're going to take a massive loss. But it's a risk tonight. It's a gamble tonight, but it could be a massive win if you are on the right side of momentum. We're going live here on GRI in the next couple seconds. Everyone take a look over on it. GRI coming out live here. Might get up towards, I'm thinking, GRI actually crossed on over. We might go to a 10-minute hold, which is going to be a little annoying. So we might go to a 10-minute hold. You guys can see right here, GRI 10:36 and 13 seconds. So that if we add 5 minutes, it would be 10:41 and 13 seconds. Sometimes it opens up randomly in the middle. Not usually. Usually it's always 5 minutes on the dot. 10:31, 10:41. That's a 10-minute hold. 10:30, 10 seconds. 10:35, 10 seconds. That's a 5-minute hold. 10:22, 20. 10:27, 20. It's usually always 5 minutes or 10 minutes. If you cross over 5 minutes, it's probably going up to a 10-minute hold now.
Oh, I'm with you. Let's see this.
That is one of the plays that I am still watching, still waiting on here.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, what a beauty. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're so cute, dude. Oh my, not you, Dek. The chart here. I'm talking to NQ.
Spy, what, you doing a little pullbacks?
Yeah, a little bit, giving a little something. All right, I think just because it just touched that 200, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna get out of that. So I just took my profit, hit the 200 on NQ and the 50-day on S&P, which my mind immediately thinks, dip buy area, hit the lower channel. So, bada bing, bada boom, baby, in and out. Woo!
Nice
Gotta get a little energy.
Hey, so how many trades have you taken so far now?
Oh, too many. Let me see, bro. I usually don't trade this much at all, being honest, but I'm waiting. So yesterday, due to the news, I passed the 50K account. And I have a strategy that kind of sounds a little dumb, but it is an easy way to profit. I calculated down to $2,200 a month off of FOMC meetings, if there's one a month. But that's besides the point. 1, 2, probably I'd say around 10. So that's a little bit high for me. I like to take around 3 to 4, right? But I guess we got time, right? You're just waiting for GRI. So basically, I call it the house strategy, okay?
Yeah, go for it.
So like I was just gonna put this. So I was gonna like maybe make a video lesson on it, but basically, and this sounds dumb, but it on a day like yesterday was my only back test. The only back test I needed just to see, because there was literally no move yesterday and it still worked, right? So there wasn't an increase, a decrease. It was literally as expected and it still worked. I just went long. I went heavy long on one, heavy long on the other. One of them passed, one of them didn't. So I'm going to do that with 2 then prop firms, right? So it'd be 4 across 2. So it'd be, you group them together. So you group 2 and 2, go long on these 2, go short on these 2. 2 of them pass, obviously, right? Because you're like two longs. Let's say the longs hit, right? Market skyrockets because of it. These 2 hit. Then you take those 2. Right, those funded accounts, right? And then what you do is the next FOMC meeting, so it's the next month or whenever the next one is, right? You take those 2, you go long on one, short on the other. You'll bank 5K on one, you'll lose the other one. You just made 5K profit minus like $300 for the props.
Oh, jeez.
So like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it's being
after this trade, we you can share your screen if you would like to.
Okay, word up. Yep, I can do that. I got a little chart set up for it. So everyone's like, yeah. By the way, that money that's gonna be with Apex, because they don't have a consistency rule.
Yeah, After if we get a GRI trade, I want you to talk about like funding traders a little bit,
Yep, gotcha, buddy.
Let's go GRI here. I just want to see GRI. This one should be opening on up in 1 minute here, team. GRI opening up in 1 minute. If I had to take a guess, I'm going to assume that we are going to have. If I had to assume here, I'm going to say gap up crash, to be honest. I'm going to say just gap up crash. And I might just give it a little chance just to get a little bit of a trade in. Probably 460-ish, something like that. 440, 460. See if this thing can gap on up, crack on down. This is obviously a pure pump at this moment. We still have a little bit of higher lows. Once that cracks, it's probably going to be done. But if we can make a few $100s today, I'm happy with a few $100s. I want to realize and recognize what is a good day today. A good day today is any green. If I make $200 today, $200 for working 2 hours, $100 an hour, I'm getting paid. Hey, I'm happy with that on a day like today.
Yep, honestly. Get yourself some Chipotle.
Yeah,
tropical.
Chipotle. Guys, we got about 13 seconds here over on GRI. Let's see where this opens up at. 6 seconds. Here we go. 3. Okay, we're live. GRI's live, not doing anything, not having any gap up at this moment. Could just come crashing right back on down. Let's see if it can keep on going. GRI trying to get a little bit of this momentum. GRI's fighting. I'm ready to go on some shorts if it does start breaking on up. Okay, a little bit more.
There you go.
A little bit more.
Ooh.
Can this one, squeeze on up a little bit here? GRI. What do we get up to? 440 as the absolute. Here we go. Keep on going. Keep on going. The higher we go, the better the short it could be. Okay, we're getting halted again over on LU. Oh, guys, we might actually have a little bit of a play on our hands here, which will be nice. Oh, we're still live. We're still live over on LU, over on this play. Still live, and still going right here. Got up towards, again, high of 489 so far. LULD. Got up towards a high of 489. Stock is still trying to get a little bit of a squeeze here. Can this thing be able to run and break up through, again, that $5 mark? We got LULD at 489. A little bit of a pullback right now. I thought it was about to get halted before. Here's a big red candle back on down now. And now it's really starting to kind of get a little bit more of that dump. So this play, GRI, it definitely is just some sort of, pump and dumpy type of move here. Still actually trying to hold up its gains pretty well. I haven't even touched it just because I don't want to jump in on something that's going to randomly, end up squeezing me.
Right.
Remember, this stock does not have any sort of news. It is getting a little bit of a pullback at its old spiking high. You guys can see this over on the daily chart here. Old spiking high area right around $5. Just, not really doing too much here just yet. And I definitely could jump on in. Guys, I'm going to just give it a little chance. I'm going to just go small and add as as it's fading and falling. So I'm just going to go small, add as it's fading and falling. I'm not going to accept any sort of large loss on this trade in any sort of way. That just wouldn't be a smart trader. And, if I can make $200 or so, I'll, try to just make as much as I can. Fall on down. See if we can crack on down towards the VWAP. VWAP's going to be the goal here. I mean, I'm doing so small, guys. I just kind of want to get my little trades in. See if we can crack on down. VWAP's down towards around 350-ish. So small little baby trade, just kind of testing a little pump and dump type of play. Don't want to go in too big. My entry is 409 at this moment. I am basically just trying to jump in with this negative momentum, come back on down towards that VWAP area and see if this thing can be able to fade and fall. If it does pop on up towards around like 430 or 440, I could always look to jump back in over on this play. It does seem like, this will and should fade back on down. The other thing is it has to keep up good volume. Keep up good volume so you can jump on in and you can be able to get out of it. So if you don't have good volume, sometimes, again, your trades basically are going to manipulate this some sort of play if you have a larger account. But right here, it has good volume still. Starting to get a little weaker, guys. $100 right there. $114. I'm just gonna get out here. All right, $77. It's like, hey guys,
there you go.
Hey guys. I know. It's like, wow, this guy made $77. But if you guys have been here throughout the entire day, I think you guys also know we're basically, skating on thin ice at this moment. We're trying to do anything we can. We're trying to find any money making we possibly can at this moment.
Yep. Yeah, agreed.
Spy starting to fall. Yeah, buddy. Do you have your screen in front of you? I was going to just kind of give you access to share your screen, and I wanted you to talk about, funding trading and how funding trading works, things along those lines. If you could.
Oh yeah, 100%. Let me share this. So
yeah, you can share a screen now if you would like to.
Yep. Let me look for that button.
Yeah, it's on the bottom. Take a second, look for it. But yeah, guys, so I personally use my account, but I know something that's been getting very popular recently has been becoming a funded trader. Now, what does becoming a funded trader even mean? Being a funded trader basically means that there is a firm that gives you money to trade. And as long as you don't hit the drawdown, the pullback, then you can keep this money, trade this money, and then you take a split on the profits. So there's a lot of traders that say, hey, I don't have $100,000. Well, if you pass a test, that firm gives you $100,000 and says, if you lose $8,000 of it, you're done. And we're taking away your account. You're not good enough anymore. But if you can profit and keep making money and keep making money and keep making money, guess what? You get 70%, they get 30%, and you are basically now getting free money based off your trading. So, that is something that's really, really cool. But, I want to hear more from a actual funded trader. I see the SPY starting to drop a little bit. We'll keep our eyes peeled on that.
Yeah, right. What is it? Did you enable the screen share thing?
I believe I have. Allow participants to share screen. Yeah.
Okay.
So click Do you have a share screen button?
Yeah, it's that little green thing, right?
Yeah. And what is it saying?
Just says host disabled participant screen share.
Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second. Maybe hold on a second. I'm gonna fix this. Okay, now go.
All right. There we go. All right. Give me 1 second.
Cool. I'm gonna give you I'm gonna make you real big here and go ahead and kind of talk about how funding, because I know a lot of people ask me, and I am not a funded trader, so I just kind of want to hear from you. What is a funded trader? Kind of go off, take it for 10 minutes or so, and kind of explain what is a funded trader and how it works.
All right. Oh, sorry. Yeah, my mic just screamed. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, a funded trader is basically a trader in which you are able to trade so and so amount of money, whatever you pay for, however it is, right? So you'll go on said website, right? So let's say I pull up right now, I come over here and I pull up Apex's website, right? This is a funding firm I use. So being a funded trader, basically passing an evaluation, all you have to do is pass an evaluation. You get the actual funded account. And then with that funded account, you have to hit a threshold usually, right? It's usually whatever the account was, the minimum. Let's say you grab a $50,000 account and you have to make $3,000 with $50,000, right? All you have to do then is usually make that same amount, and then you can withdraw. There's usually an amount, say on Apex, it's 25,000. So your first 25,000 is all yours, right? So if I start withdrawing, 25K, however much up until 25K, it's all going to be mine. After that, it's a 90-10 split. Some of them are 85-15, some of them are 80-20, some of them are 70-30. The whole point, ladies and gentlemen, is just sticking to those restrictions, right? So what does Apex offer? So no matter what, you have to have a minimum of 7 trading days. Now, this is what I've noticed. So this is what I was talking about in my chat. So I passed this one yesterday, right? I take 1 trade a day. Now, I meant to take 1 micro. I ended up taking 40. I didn't mean to do that, so I got out immediately there. So that's why it says 160. But I passed yesterday. I had to make $3,000 with $50,000. I passed it in 1 day. Well, what does that mean? Well, now I have to take 1 small trade for the next 6 days on that account, right? It can be 1 micro. It can be 7 minis, but there's no point in going large when you already passed, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all. That's all it is. Trailing threshold. So if I'm up, and this is the only thing that gets a bit tricky. If I'm up, let's say $52,999, I can no longer be down right back to my original $50,000. I can only go down to 50,000, and $500 because I can't lose $2,500, right? Now, when you're signing everything, you'll be able to read into that. The thing with futures is it's a bit different with options, right? Now, options, you have your contracts. The thing about contracts, you have theta, you have delta. If you hold for longer term periods of time, you know how frustrating it is trying to deal with all that. You're like, I should be break even right now, but I'm not because of so and so. Futures is like trading any stock out there. Like when you're buying shares, right? You're buying shares of a penny stock, you're buying shares of a blue chip, right? You buy in and that's it. You buy in at this price, that is the price you're filled at. That's it. You're good to go. And you can add on, obviously, and everything like that. But ladies and gentlemen, that's basically it. You can trade anytime, 5 days a week. Obviously, it's closed Saturday and Sunday, but that's yeah. So you can trade except for 5 to 6 p.m. as well. So you can have they usually set a maximum position size, but the whole fact is you can get funded with upwards of 50, 60, 70,000, however much you want to get funded upwards. Let's say I pass, like once you pass an account, right? So let's say I just passed this one. Now I hit the threshold, $3,000. What happens after that? Hey, is that trailing drawdown? I know that's scary to some of you guys of $2,500, right? It's like, oh, if you hit that, you fail the thing. Oh, but that's not there forever. Let's say I run this $50,000 funded account up to $200,000. The first second I withdraw, that trailing threshold goes away. My new stop loss is now $50,100. So if I run that set account up to $300,000, now my new stop loss is like $200,000, right? It's a 90-10 split after your first 25K. You can run it up as much as you want. I stick with Apex, and I always have because it's very simple. I love the way that it's just easy, right? It's a very easy system. I know the fact that once you pass, and I've seen it, I've done it, it's game over. Once you pass and you get rid of that trailing drawdown, right? It's super simple, super easy. They have lifetime access, so you can pay like $120, $150, depends on the account size, and get a lifetime membership, so you don't even have a monthly bill then, right? And that's it. And these are ways that this is the new age of basically trading, right? You can put your money forward into the futures market, which is okay. But using prop firms and stuff like this, regulated great prop firms like this, right? Ladies and gentlemen, you can get upwards of millions of dollars in funding. You can take the 50K account you just ran up to 60K, take those profits, reinvest them back into other accounts. So you can have up to 20 Apex accounts, right? So let's say you buy all 20. Now you make $500 a day on them. You're making like 20K a day, right? Whatever it may be. Let's say you make $100, whatever it is, ladies and gentlemen, right? You can expand. And now you started trading without even $200 to your name, without even whatever it may be, right? Maybe you're just sick and tired of using your own money, your own capital. You know what I mean? So that's really it, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very simple step. Other prop firms have different rules. The only thing with Apex is just don't hit the trailing drawdown, make set amount. Once you make that account, hey, you get a funded account, past $3,000, you can withdraw. That's it. And it's very simple. It's very easy. But it's up to you. Now, most people might be like, YB, well, with my trading style, my trading strategy, hey, I don't really like that size. So I don't really think $3,000 with 50K is good. Hey, that's cool. You can make $9,000 with 150K and have a $5,000 trailing drawdown, right? If you go to 300K, you can try and hit 20,000, and you have to go through all of this and really determine yourself which one you prefer. I don't mind the 150Ks. I'm being honest. I like the 150Ks. I like the 50Ks. The 300Ks, I don't think making 20K and only being able to lose 7,500 is very nice, I guess you could say, right? So I recommend for a lot of you guys, just check it out. A lot of times as well, these things, I know it says 187 a month. They have discounts. They have a discount going on right now, which 71% off. And what is it? And $35 resets if you do fail. So let's say you fail. Hey, it's not the end of the world. Do you have $35? Cool. You can get a reset. You can reset the account for $35. Try again. Once again, yes, the odds aren't technically in your favor. Now, I'm going to talk to you guys about something here. And this is just talking about prop firms in general. I'm going to talk to you guys about something called the house rule, the house strategy in general. Now, this is a strategy I was just mentioning, and this is a strategy that is pretty keen. It's a strategy. Let's see if this comes up here. So this seems very confusing, but this is called the house strategy. I made this yesterday, a diagram. As you can see, YB's no artist. All right, let me tell you. YB barely even pass art class, okay? This guy. So just tag along with me as this is up. But ladies and gentlemen, the house strategy goes, you buy four accounts, right? That'll cost you right now about $200, right? $200 worth. The next, you see the move on the FOMC day, correct? So let's go back to yesterday on FOMC. Look at this move right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is how I was able to pass and really get this down. You see a move that is coming out, something like this, right? You know that it's going to be a big hitter. It's going to be a big move. You're going to bank. Okay, that's cool. You buy 4 accounts. You go long on 2. You go short on the other 2. 2 of them will pass. 2 of them will fail. You take those 2, carry them on to the next FOMC day. Now you go long on 1. You go short on the other, right? What do you do with this, ladies and gentlemen? One of those will pass again. You'll make 5, 6, 7,000 on one, and you'll lose the other one. Well, you just banked 5, 6, 7K because all you have to leave in, remember, is $50,100. So you can pull all of that out, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very simple process, and that's it. And it's super easy. So your initial investment maybe is probably going to be around $300 to $400, and you're making around, like a vertical spread, right? Like a debit spread, whatever it may be. That's basically, and you bank profit. So that's an easy strategy with them. I'm saying if you guys maybe you guys are like, I don't want to do the prop firm thing, but I like that idea. That's an easy way. And I've calculated it down to if you do that and make $5,000 on every FOMC meeting. So let's say you make $5,000, right? Because it's going to take you 2 FOMC meetings. And usually, what is there, like 1 a month, right? There's 1 a month. It's going to take you 2 FOMC meetings to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, this will bank you. Divided 50,000 technically by 2, $2,350 a month. So you're making $2,350 extra. Obviously, if you run this up with 6 accounts, that's different. If you run this up with 8 accounts, that's different. You're going to make yourself additional. You know what I mean? So you can run it up to as much as you want. But, ladies and gentlemen, you have to also be aware of that trailing drawdown. You have to be quick. That's why you group these together. So there's a button I can click here. So if I go here, I can click manage groups, this button right here. I can go manage groups, right, ladies and gentlemen? And with that button, all I do, all I do is I click that and I group them together. So anytime I buy or sell, it's like a copy trader. You guys know what copy traders are. It's like a copy trader. So I just buy and sell, and it does it on both accounts. So, it's super, super simple, super easy. So for all of you guys, that's a very simple strategy to use. But prop firms in general are a great way, an amazing way for a trader to learn discipline, learn how to really trade the market, and have the opportunity to make a lot of money. Right. If you get a 50K, multiple accounts, run it up, you have $3-4 million in funding, guys. You can become you're making how much? You get them all funded. You're funded. Hey, let's say you're making 20, 30, 40K a day just because you group them all together. You click one button, you make $100 a day. You make $100 on 10 different accounts. You make $100 on 20 different accounts. You know what I mean? So yeah. Reject your payouts if you're flipping accounts. I've done it. I've done it. Chase saying that, ladies and gentlemen. I've personally done it. So yeah, that's just me. They've never commented on myself. So that's my it's my strategy, guys. Yeah, buddy.
Awesome. Thank you, man.
But
Just kind of wanted you to talk about that. I know, you've been working on some things and wanted to kind of talk about, how funded trading works for anyone that was interested on that.
Yep. And yeah, again, you guys don't even have to do the house strategy. You guys could literally just do normal, you just trade prop firms. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You guys, it's like $50-$60 to grab one. You pass it, you flip it. I'm not flip it, but get it up to you're a good trader, 200-300K or something right there. Bank 100K. That sounds simpler than it may be.
How long did it take you to pass the test?
Well, this one was 1 day. So it only took me a day because of FOMC. But usually it'll take 9 days, 10 days.
Gotcha.
That's the average. Yeah, because if you make $300 a day and you only need 3K, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's yeah. So
that's really cool. No, I don't do that. So it's kind of out of my realm a little bit.
Right. Yeah, it's a little bit of being in the house, and I try not to, TradeCaster exclusive, because I feel like they, if too many people start doing that, they would be like, oh, well, now we'll just put in a restriction and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So no gatekeeping from me, guys. Use it while you can. Use it while it's around.
Well, yeah, buddy, I'm going to let you go right now because it's 11 o'clock and, I know things are a little bit slow. So just want to say thank you so much for joining onto the stream today, bud.
Yeah, buddy. Yup. Fun to be here. Glad you guys got to see. Deck makes $70. I made some, a little something, nothing crazy. I think I lost $50 in all. So throughout it all, guys, it's been a slow, choppy day, but a nice hanging deck.
Hey, see you, buddy. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Yep, see you, man.
See ya. All right. Well, hey, shout out to you, buddy, tuning on in today. Thank you so much for tuning on in and just kind of helping us out, learning a little bit more about, some of these prop firms and things along those lines. That is something that is outside of my expertise. But ladies and gentlemen, right, so far, we've only gotten one trade in. It's been a little bit slow. We haven't gotten as much happening at this time. Can we find a play here? So what I want to do is, turn up the music a little bit. Let's get the energy up, get a little bit excited here. Shout out to Yeah Buddy for stopping by. Once again, you guys can watch him live every single day over on Tradecaster.com. He does have his own lobby live over on Tradecaster. You can watch him trading his, prop firm. You guys can see what he's doing over there. So he's the Yeah Buddy tab. You guys can click, be able to scroll on down, and you guys are all set. But you guys are always welcome to be able to jump around, watch whoever you guys would like. At this time, we do see that the SPY is getting a little bit weaker. I do think the SPY is going to come on down towards those mid to low 483s, possibly be able to get some sort of bounce play. After we get this nice little drop and dip back on down here. So we do have a SPY, little bit of a fade back on down. Still nothing that's been insane. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm saying, guys, let's make an agreement. 11:15, we call it. We give it 10 more minutes. If we don't find anything within this next 10 minutes, it's just not worth trading. If we don't find anything within this next 10 minutes, it's just not worth getting involved in. Now, I will also give you guys a little secret of the pros. If you need to search this hard to find a stock, most likely there's not an option out there, right? There's most likely not a good play out there for you to get involved in. So we are just going to sit back, stay smart, watching and waiting to see what's going to be this next move here. GRI still trying to get a little hype, and maybe we can get a little SPY, maybe a little bit of SPX. What are you guys thinking? If you guys were forced to trade one play right now, what would be the stock that you get involved in? Jonathan, Deck, you should do a funded challenge. I can look into it. I've never done anything along those lines ever. So, I mean, maybe it could be great. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Right now, I will say I've been crushing 2024, and I really kind of just want to stay on this momentum wave. I really just want to stay on this wave of winning. I want to stay on this wave of green. I want to stay on this wave of success. Traders, you guys are forced to trade one stock right now. What is it? Everyone's forced to trade one stock right now at this moment. What stock are you pulling the trigger on? How's NVDA? I feel like we haven't talked about NVDA the last few days. That's moving sideways. That's exactly where it opened up at. PTON puts. Is Peloton put still falling? So Peloton's still getting weaker here. AMD looking for some calls. AMD here, traders. We did have a little bit of a downtrend. Small little bounce. You guys can see downtrend, downtrend, downtrend. Broke through it. Now trying to get a little bit of a bounce play back on up. Tesla calls. If Tesla goes underneath 175, I think it's definitely worth an entry. Tesla underneath 175, I think it is definitely worth an entry. Definitely worth getting involved in. Spy still watching this move here. I'm just kind of giving this a little bit of time to see what's going to be happening. Can the Spy bounce right back on up? I'll also be honest, guys. Last night, I ate like a king bag of Sour Patch Kids. And my tongue, has anyone ever done that? My tongue feels like it's half decayed at this moment. It feels like it's digging itself down. It hurts so bad. So I don't know if this is one of those things that, that the government's trying to do to make us not fat. But they're making the candy painful at this point. By the last bite, by the last one, I wasn't a quitter. I was going all the way. The last bite was just extreme pain, but I just had to finish the bag off. So if anyone knows what I'm talking about, it just burns it incinerates your taste buds. SMCI getting some puts right here. SMCI, super microcomputer. Super microcomputer, 300 up to 557. What is SMCI? Super microcomputer. I feel like that's a name that like a 7th grader would come up with. Hey, you got a company. What do you want your company's name to be? Oh, I want my company's name to be Super Microcomputer. It's like, okay, great name. But yeah, SMCI has gone from 300 all the way up towards 555 so far. SPY still getting weaker. I would like to be able to make a little bit of cash and a little bit of money here. But I still might get a little bit of higher lows. Let's watch this closely, team. Let's watch this closely. See if we get a little wedge and a possible break. Let's just stay ready on this at all times. We go point SPX, February 5th. I'm gonna go 4,860 put contracts. 3 contracts, market order. If again we consolidate for about 5 minutes and then get a little crack. Yeah, so we're watching the SPY at this time, watching SPX at this time. SPY a little bit of a bounce right here. I want to see if this gets reversed back on down. Tesla, a little bit of a drop. SMCI, super microcomputer. GRI, still again the number 1 penny stock. A GRI should fade back on down to at least the 50-day moving average of 310. Let's see if the SPY is going to start turning and falling here. Yeah, I will let everyone know I am going to be live on YouTube tomorrow because this day doesn't count. Okay, YouTube guys, this day doesn't count. This day doesn't count. This day is the stock market today is just not fun. This is not what you guys sign up for. This is not what you guys tune in for, to see a slow market. I know what you guys turn into. You guys turn into these plays because you want to see education. You guys want to see me live trading. You guys want to see my 8-pack. I get it. Yo, I gotcha. I understand it. And we will do all that. We'll do all of that tomorrow. It just doesn't seem like we're going to have the opportunity here unless the S&P 500 gets rejected and actually gets a little bit of a crack. So might get a little bit of a dump here if we can actually start going underneath this little wedge. Little bear flag. You guys can see that. See the dump right here? Little setup bear flag, maybe back underneath 484. Still getting a little bit weaker at this time. SPY starting to fade here slightly. I'm still watching this move. Kind of waiting to see, you know, are we going to get a little crack here? If we do get a little crack, it might just be worth, you know, some small puts. Small puts, if we actually do start fading and falling a little bit more. I want to see us actually stay underneath this area. So maybe some very tiny puts just to kind of get a little trade in, try to make 200, 300 bucks. That could definitely be a possibility on the day. We're on a 1 minute time frame right now. Let's see if we stay underneath this mark. We could go all the way on down. Guys, you can see exactly kind of what I'm looking at. The crack that's happening off this bear flag pattern. This little wedge setup here. Dang, it's starting to actually go a little bit faster than what I wanted. I wanted to wait until this next candle. Team, you guys can see the red candle that I was going to look to nail here. The red candle that I was going to look to nail as we have this nice little setup here. Might get a small little pop back on up to 4389. 4390, something like this. And then let's see if this thing is going to start turning and start dropping. I'll look for maybe 2 contracts. Just stay very small, very tight on this. Over on the SPX. As everything is still getting a little bit weaker here. Still getting a little bit weaker. Still fading, still dropping here. Want to watch the SPY here at this moment, 438. You guys can see everything's getting a little bit. Still fading right back on down. But it's just that little tiny wedge pattern so far. Little tiny wedge so far. Trying to debate in my head. Am I forcing right now if I jump in? Am I forcing right now if I jump in on this play? Should I just wait until tomorrow? Should I wait for a better opportunity? I mean, we do have a small little wedge pattern right now, which is A-okay. Not bad. But am I just, you know, if I jump in on this play on that put, am I just taking an unnecessary loss? That's kind of how I feel at this moment. I do think the SPY is going to turn over lunch. I do think we will get a lower drop. I do think we are going to fade. I do think we are going to have some weakness here. Yeah, traders, guys, I think the smartest thing for me to do is just understand where I'm winning and understand where I'm losing. And traders, right now, I would rather make 77 bucks than lose 77 bucks. I want to say I'm sorry, even though there's not really much I can do about it, but today's just a day that the stock market is slow. We have looked through every single penny stock option. We have looked through the S&P 500. We have looked through SPX. We have looked through different options. I will say, if I would make a trade, it would be over lunch for a crack on down. If I would make a trade, it would be over lunch for a crack on down. Other than that, I really think everyone is more just waiting for its earnings tonight. We have Apple's earnings, Amazon's earnings, and Meta's earnings tonight. That's really what I think is kind of slowing up this market. Everyone's scared and doesn't want to pull the trigger. So, team, I'm going to let everyone know this right now. This market might be a little slow until later on tonight. Okay, just giving that everyone that heads up. Over lunch, there is potential that we turn and fade, but it really comes on down to tonight. If you want to make a bajillion dollars tonight, you have to get gambly and pick a side up or down on the overall market. So, team, that's up to you. Unfortunately, I would rather, again, not pull the trigger. And fortunately, I would rather be a mentor that teaches you guys about discipline rather than teaching you guys about gambling and forcing. So, I do want to say thank you so much for every single trader that did tune into today. I know it's not the big, market that we want right now, but it is what we have, and I'm happy that I'm not ending in the red. I want to kick off any way I can in the green. We know our opportunities are going to come. We know that the market is open nearly every single day for the rest of our lives. We don't need to lose our accounts when we have so many more opportunities ahead. So traders, ladies and gentlemen, let's be as smart as we can. No forcing. Wait for the best setups. Wait for the best ideas. Wait for the best plays. And other than that, then, I'll see everyone back here later on. And then on top of that, I'll see YouTube people tomorrow morning. Okay? A little bit slow. Use your head, traders. I wanted to be here as long as I can to just make sure, but it's kind of confirmed things are a little bit quiet right here. All right. Hey, I love working with you guys. I'm happy and proud of everyone going green, and I'm happy and proud of everyone that is saying to themselves, hey, no trade for myself. Wait for the better opportunities. Guys, you guys deserve this money. You guys deserve to stay even. You guys are going to have a huge day tomorrow, and I'll be live, ready to rock. Hey, can everyone help me wrap this one on off? Can everyone help me close this day on off right here? Traders, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day and help me finish it right here, right now in 3, 2, 1. Ah-hoo! Traders, I love you. I'll see everyone back here later or again tomorrow morning for this big Friday. Apple, Meta, and Amazon earnings tonight. I'll see you guys then. $179.
Here's the break.
Let's get the $395.
Hold it. Hold it. Hold it.
We're doing our thing all the way back on down. Let's take our money as we again take this profit. Carry on 4 contracts left. And again, we made $991 this time, baby.
Everything we did there was absolutely perfect. Does anyone have any questions on that? Is anyone confused on anything we did on that? Now I'm starting to put together a little bit of a game plan, and I'm starting to understand what I really want out of this stuff.
$2,000 in profit for myself. We got the nice red candle. We're looking for the momentum to be able to take it on down with $399.74, baby. Here we go, baby. Oh!
Well, now we're up $365. Let's just again take a little bit of gains right here. Boom, baby. Nice job right there on that trade.
Up currently right now $760.
Notice we had this little lower shadow. Now we're starting to bounce our way back on up. The first order getting filled. Currently filled right here. Jack, why was this falling at this area? Like, what did we see here? So let me actually break this on down and let's understand what was happening on this play. So